Excellent.
You don't know what you're doing.
Welcome to an all-new episode of Much to Do About Nothing. We got so much to get through, so I'm not going through all that. Whatever. Let me introduce our panel, starting off with Didge. What's going on, Didge?
What's up, everybody? You know, that's all I got. That's all I got.
thought you were going
So I got nothing else. I got. I had something in my mind just said, "Yeah, you're good." I literally said, "What's up?" And my mind just blinked. So I was like, "All right, well, that's it."
Look, only Joel can pull the incomplete intro, okay? You cannot steal that from Joel. Next up, the King of Chaos has returned. Trayvon, what's going on, Trayvon?
Hi, everybody. Happy to be here. Let's see what's going to happen today. This is actually a good week for me. This should be a fun week for me. Tech news, game news, stuff. It's been fun.
So, are you telling us for the first time in maybe almost a year, no chaos this week?
It depends on what you're talking about.
I thought so. It's okay. I thought it was too good to be true. It's okay. I thought as soon as you said it, he's lying. It's okay. That's cool. Last but definitely not least, the shortest introer in the world, Joel. What's going on, Joel? Now there's not even words. I love it. All right, let's jump right into it with our first story. I just fucking love Joel. I swear to God. All right. So we just got some news out of the world of DC. You know, fun, right? That apparently
Out of hell, you know.
right? Fresh out of.
Never boring.
Batman Cape Crusader is no longer happening at HBO Max and is being shopped around to other streaming networks. Now, I want to start with Joel because I believe Joel will be the most positive out of what sounds very chaotic. So, Joel, I will start off with you. Your thoughts on this news?
Yeah, well, like I said when I first jumped on, I didn't want to believe it at first because I was like, this doesn't. It doesn't make sense financially. If everything's financial, it doesn't make any sense, right? Like why would you like? That's like throwing money away almost. So I let it linger and see where it would go. And obviously, the TV line, I knew it was legit. I just didn't expect it to. It was everywhere. So like I waited 5 minutes, everybody was going with it. But the way I looked at it was basically they're gonna shop it around. And if it's as good as we think it is, if it's easy money, someone's going to pick it up somewhere. That's how it looks. So I'm like, we're not technically losing it if that's the case. But why HBO thinks it's not money? That's a completely different animal altogether. And now we've seen what they think money is. So they obviously are not really invested in cartoons at the moment. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I swear to God, I don't know where it's going to end up, but if it's I think it's easy money. It's Batman, right? In my opinion, it should find legs somewhere. But
an all-star team too.
What was I heard something about Cartoon Network saved some show. What was that? Did anyone know what show that was? That got canceled. Cartoon Network saved it. I was wondering if it was this, but I don't know.
It might turn out to being put on this rather than HBO Max. It might go there. But to me, I think
they'll end up on HBO Max eventually anyway.
Yeah, right. It'll make its way there anyway. But to me, I think the reason why Cartoon Network might not be an option is because it was supposed to be a little bit more on the adult side, right? Like,
but it was supposed to be like for both of them, for HBO Max and Cartoon Network.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to be. Yeah, I love how Mike's bringing in the chaos. He said, "Put Batman on Disney Plus." That would be a very Kevin Feige thing to do. I'll take that shit.
You know,
Cartoon Network saved some show called Victor and Valentino, and then Summer Camp Island.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't save Young Justice, you assholes. But Derpy Gaming did make a great point. This is outrageous. This is unfair. But like Joel said, this specific title, it's only outrageous and unfair if nobody buys it and this show just ends up dying.
Yeah, that sucks.
Then that's when it really sucks. But if somebody picks it up and we still get it, the content is still good.
Look,
The dream team is still together.
We just got an update from THR. It says the Batman Cape Crusader anime series, the show is not canceled per sources. It's just not going to stream on HBO Max. The show is deep in production. Nothing is paused. It will show up somewhere.
Okay. And to answer Mike's question, I think it could still play on Cartoon Network. I think his thing was, we don't believe eyes will go to HBO Max for that, right? But if we put it on Cartoon Network where kids can watch it, kids will watch it, people might watch it there, we can see how it does there, let it die there, or succeed there, whatever the hell. Because he was saying if it's still part of Warner Brothers Discovery, I'm like, yeah, I could see them saying, yeah, go to your little sister, like go to the sister part of us, like go there. But no, I mean, and Dig, I'll pass it to you. I looked at it more so as what's Adult Swim. Yeah, it's still Cartoon Network adjacent, but yeah, Adult Swim could be where it goes. But I looked at it more so, Dig, as not an individual thing.
Batman is too stubborn to die.
Batman will never die.
He is.
I mean, look, Titan showed us that, right? But anyway, the way I'm looking at it, DJs, and me and you were talking about this before we went on, was this just seems like an axing just to axe, right? And the reason why it stressed me out when I heard it, not because of the project, because like Joel said, if you read the full thing, it says it's being shot. Not that it's gone, they threw it in the garbage, it's being shot. But to me, it just seems like things are just getting axed because he just wants to axe them. And because we have no explanation as to why there's no faith in some of these projects that are being axed, it kind of just seems like, at what point can I feel safe with a project before it just becomes, well, I'll just wait to see if it survives. I won't get excited for it. I won't hype it. I'll just wait to see it drop, and then I can get excited. How do you feel about that, Dig? Like, do you feel it's an overreaction? It's a wait and see? Like, where are you with the news of something like this?
It's honestly, it's stupid. I don't think it's an overreaction to question why a network that has their own streaming service is so ready to be like, okay, I'm just going to get rid of this. And I know it's not get rid of in the sense of that it's never going to air, but it is get rid of in the sense of you have a home for DC, but you don't want it to be at the home of DC. So where's the logic behind that? Like, that'll be like Marvel saying, you know what? We were wrong about bringing Daredevil and all of them back. Netflix, you can have it again. But it's like, why? You have the home for Marvel.
Right.
So it's one of those things. I was telling my brother this. It's DC, and I know it's so easy to say DC when it's coming from above them. They've been consistently making dumb decisions where it's like it's getting hard to just be excited for them. I think me and you were talking about it earlier. Blake tweeted out, it's just not fun anymore. And both of those are very true statements because you get excited for something and then it's like, well, this project may not happen, or this project is going to be on some other network, not where all of my other stuff is. And it's like, why?
Stupid.
What's the reasoning behind this? And we know it's money, but at some point, it doesn't even make monetary sense.
Right.
Like, this doesn't make monetary sense.
Somewhere Kevin Feige is sitting in his, I believe, massive mansion going, bitch, I wish I had all my characters. And you here got all your characters and you trying to fucking send some shit out? I just had to get shit back. Like,
thank you, yes.
Like,
now it's fitting.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you? How dare you try to pawn some
It's so
shit
the
on
opposite of Marvel, where they do have everybody and don't know how to utilize it all.
Right,
and Marvel wants everyone and has the struggles and has to pace together their universe, and they do it very successfully. You know what I mean?
They do. Like, I think Warner Brothers doesn't understand. Marvel had to make a Hulk movie in Thor. because they couldn't just make a Hulk movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, I'm fucking struggling out here.
They had
and
to
you
play
got
ball
shit and you're pawning it.
with Sony. You know how hard
Yeah.
it is? That's not easy.
Shit. I mean,
It's
now Sony
crazy.
looks like a crowning achievement over Warner Brothers Discovery right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you
shit,
make it-
Kevin might go, thank God Stan didn't sell to Warner
Making
Brothers.
Sony look good. Yeah, it's not good. That's not
Could
good.
you picture Warner Brothers right now? Just like, nah. Not only are we not going to let you make the movie, we don't even want to make the shit. Like, it just won't happen. Fuck
We
it.
just
You
want
get no
Spider-Man to
Spider-Man.
die, you know.
Yeah, you get no Spider-Man.
Crazy, man.
But Trayvon, I want to go to you. How do you look at this situation? Because, on like I said, on one end, Joel's absolutely right? We don't need to grab the pitchforks and the torches and start to try to burn the whole thing down. But on the other hand,
They're doing it on their own. They're doing that by themselves.
that is very true. But on the other hand, it does. Well, let me ask you this specifically, Trayvon. Does it feel right now like it's just hard to get excited for things because you just don't know if the other shoe is gonna drop, right? Or if things are gonna like picture Black Adam comes out and you love it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know that I have the security of knowing that you will continue with that world you built. We know The Rock's not going anywhere.
Let
That's
that go.
why I didn't say
Let
anything about
the
that.
security go. We don't
I
got
just want the security of knowing that world stays.
No.
So what are your thoughts there on that, Trayvon?
You know, The Rock is doing his damnness with his advertising. You know, I give it to him. You know, he literally has a shirt with it on his back. So I'm like, you know, more power to you. Good luck to you.
He's the head now. You're right.
I would really like to know. Like, I honestly just want to know: is he just really fronting, or you really have some stake in? Like, you really have a little bit of power here? Because, like, yes, I'm excited to see Black Adam. I'm glad they're doing Shazam as fast as they can. Glad for that because they need to speed it up. You know, kids getting older and older. But I want to see how. You know, I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see these movies. I just do not trust Warner Brothers. And they haven't given me a reason to. Like, I was like, okay, maybe now they'll start getting, you know, when they announced Batgirl and As Fast as Blue Beetle was getting done, I was like, okay, maybe we, and then this happened, and I was just like, I just don't get it. It's like Disney has Disney Plus, right? And they have their Marvel tab, and they literally are working very hard to get every damn Marvel thing in that damn tab. And I'm like, they have to work to do that. Right. You guys own all your damn characters. There's like, you've had control from like way before like all of this. You've never had all your characters split away, sold off, and all. You never had to get them back for all these different companies. It's just really frustrating that they have to. It's just so weird. I was like, oh, they made a DC universe at that time. Then like it's like they disregarded that. Now that's just random comments, not even all your comments, random comments. Then you got it's not every comment, so it's like it's not like DC Unlimited. It doesn't have everything. So it's just like okay, so you have that, and then you have HBO Max, which the whole strategy is really weird because like HBO Max was a combination of HBO Go and HBO Now put together with DC with all the DC Universe shows as well. Like you guys have a hub for everything. Now you're like blasting it all. Oh, sorry, hit my mic. Now you're like blasting all of it out, and it's just really ridiculous. Like, I don't see, you know, I get it's all about shareholders and money and stuff like that, but it's like, how can they feel comfortable with you like canceling so much crap?
It makes monetary sense.
It's starting to get weird. It's getting weird. Like I'm like, so like unless. If they really start cutting out all the super stuff out of this thing, I really don't see a reason for me to keep it unless as long as AT&T keeps it on their plan, I'm good to go. But soon if they cut that shit, I'll cut that shit. I'm not paying $15 a month for you to have nothing. Like I'm not paying for 90 Days Universe. I'm not doing it.
I don't want a 90. I don't need a 90 days.
I'm not doing it. Like no.
You're absolutely right. If it's just 90-day whatever the fuck, I'm not gonna keep it either.
Like,
I doubt that's gonna be the case.
I'll even go a step further. Trayvon.
90-day fiance.
I'll say I'll say if it's not
How did it have a verse?
content that I'm interested in, right? Because it's like I don't know of what had been announced that will still happen, and nothing has yet been announced, right? So I'm like, I don't really know when they'll announce shit, but I'll wait for them to announce shit for me to get excited. But right now, like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that I did not have to I did not have to pay. I did that on the shirt. I need it on the shirt. Mike, put that on the t-shirt for me.
Don't get sued now.
By who?
Whoever
By
that man
who?
is. Whoever that man is.
That's Zaslow.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's hashtag.
Slush
You know, it's about money
yeah.
now. Don't do it.
It's all about slash love.
No, I'm telling you right now, he's gonna shake my hand and go, "Yeah, fuck them kids." I agree. He probably made the thing.
You heard me.
He's like, "Yeah, so you get it."
I have nightmares about that every day, Mike. Nightmares every night.
I've not made one with him as dressed as the Reaper. Like,
Every night.
Somebody, I don't know where I saw, but somebody made a meme of instead of Annie, are you okay? It's static. It's just
I saw that. I've been trying. I saw it and I refreshed my Twitter and I haven't been able to find it since.
I would say David is a smooth criminal. I would not deny that. I would not deny that at all.
Where's Blue Beetle? Like, where's any of that?
Hey. I am under the impression if we say nothing about it, he'll forget that it's happening. and we can successfully enjoy Blue Beetle. Stop talking about it. I don't want to remind him. I don't want to remind him at all. Emperor Zaslav would love the shirt. He would love it. He would be very, very welcoming to it. I did want to answer this. He couldn't have the Fast franchise, so he'll have DC instead. There, apparently from the Rock's management company, as far as they're concerned, Hobbs and Shaw isn't canceled. They said that no, that's very much still a thing. So
trust me, the Rock said they'll do that shit again. Please.
I could see right when Vin Diesel does his last Fast movie that the Rock just goes, all right, we're gonna put out an abundance of Hobbs and Shaw.
The Fast verse is gonna become the Hobbs and Shaw verse.
That's exactly what it's gonna be. And you know what's crazy, Didge? And we're not talking about Fast and Furious universe. I slightly prefer Hobbs and Shaw over like the last 4 Fast and Furious.
Oh, I stopped watching Fast and Furious after like 5. So I mean,
no. You gotta make it to it. I had good ass time.
They are not. I saw a clip. I think it was Tyrese and I forgot who he was with. They were driving in space. I mean, I saw him push down the pedal.
Last one.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. He literally pushed down the pedal and accelerated in space.
I'm sorry. That's where you lost faith. So you saw them drive a Ferrari out of one building into another, and you were just like, yeah.
That was legendary.
That was legend. All right, we're gonna move on.
I saw The Rock do this in the clip, and he's holding on to a chain in a helicopter, and he was good.
Yep, he's that strong in that universe.
I think I am good.
It's outrageous. It's fun, man.
It sounds outrageous.
It is outrageous. You know what?
Go ahead, Joel. No, go ahead.
Maybe what The Rock meant, like with the whole hierarchy, maybe he's the head of DC at the end of
Hey, I don't know how safe I feel about that. This motherfucker dropped a Super Pets movie where he was not only the star of it, but also the fucking end credit scene. Bitch, you cannot be both the star and the end credit scene. What the hell are you doing?
Not gonna lie, loved everything about that because that's star power. I am not only the star, but you know what? I'm setting myself up to be the villain in the next movie.
Yeah,
that is star power.
Honestly,
all 3 characters.
How opposed everybody is selling DC to him?
How opposed would I be?
Just sell DC to him. Let him do it.
I would say there's no way we can allow The Rock to possibly ruin football next year and possibly DC. I don't need 16 Rock projects coming out of DC. I don't need that shit. No, thank you.
At least we'll get DC projects.
Well, we might get them now. We don't know how many or what, but we'll get them now.
The Rock's gonna be every main character. The entire Justice League is gonna be The Rock. Even Wonder Woman,
in different voices.
Even Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's gonna be his daughter. Like every.
I bet that Wonder Woman will fly. Just saying.
I tell you, right, Didge, I'm only laughing because I can picture The Rock taking his whole family. It's just making a DC universe.
Roman Reigns is gonna become Aquaman. No matter of fact, no, Aquaman will stay. He's cool enough for Jason Momoa. Aquaman
Yeah, and they look similar enough.
Right.
So, he's like, you look like you might be one of the Usos.
Right.
So yeah, you stay.
Everybody else is becoming somebody in the Rock's family.
He's like, you look close enough to be Jason Reigns, like your Roman Reigns brother. So you can stay. All right, let's move on. Joel, I'm going to start off with you on this one because I know not only were the waterworks going, but the nerdgasms were too. We got our first look at The Last of Us from that little dick tease that they gave us. Why they gave us only a little dick tease, I'll never understand. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that little snippet shit that we got? But look, I will tell you one thing. This is why, if you're a major company like Warner Brothers, you love the internet. They took that small snippet and they made that the weekend. Like, they made that all of Sunday night, right? It's where it's just like, oh my God, I'm crying so hard. I'm like, from what? Did I miss something? They're like, no, you don't know that scene. That scene's going to kill me. It's going to crush me. And I'm like, okay, it worked. Like, whatever they were looking to do, it worked because you guys are going bananas.
You know what's funny about that? I skipped that when the show came on. I said, what is this?
What do you mean? When what
show? The little preview when it was
I got you.
I was like, shit.
Not gonna lie, definitely
Get to the show.
I had to watch it online.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see it on TV. I only saw it from Twitter.
I saw it
when the show started. Because for me, when House of Dragons started, they played the featurette before the show started.
Which
so
they
had this.
Then they did the featurette, and then
then I missed it. I missed it completely. Yeah,
that's where it was from.
Skip.
I missed it completely. It's not an ad. Don't say you hate ads. That was a promotional.
It was an ad.
That was a promotional video.
It was an
It was a
advertisement
promotion for HBO Max.
Upcoming stuff.
You can't say it's an ad though if the show it's about to air is part of it.
It had all the shows.
Did it not advertise something?
It was like.
Did it not advertise something? It advertised the show.
Shut up! I hate you.
That's what it seems
Joel, what were your thoughts on a little snippet you saw? How excited are you for the release of this show?
They didn't really show a lot, but I am excited for the little of it that we did get. I love the series of both games, so I can't imagine like how that's gonna play out when the time comes. I just want like how far are they gonna go that first season? Like how are they gonna portray the characters? How the fucking like the zombies?
Was it the clickers? Was it? Yeah. Didn't we say it was the clickers?
Yeah,
the clickers. Yeah, I think it's the clickers.
But yeah, because then there's different variations of them too. So I'm very curious how they're gonna play that out too. It's an intense game, so I hope you get the same feeling with watching it as you do playing. Because playing, there were some moments where you're like, this is fucking creepy. It's dark. It's just, and you can't make noise. They can't see you, So it's like, basically, it's, and they're the most disgusting fucking things ever, too.
So was that from the game, that scene where he's saying you don't know what pain is, that everyone was going like balls to the wall crazy about? Was that I guess line used in the game at some important part?
I don't even remember. I mean, that was the first game. I haven't played that in years, but it's possible.
Because so many people were clipping. They were clipping that moment from the game.
I can tell you by looking at it, like they're showing us like before everything happens, like with it looks like his daughter. Mm-hmm. That is sad. So like that's not very long either in the game. So if they're showing us that, like that, they're barely showing us anything. You know what I mean?
I mean, so you as somebody that played both of the games, Joel, do you get a feeling, like, again, you didn't see much, but do you get a feeling that accuracy won't be a problem for this show?
They might bend a little bit, but I don't know if it'll be all that different. And I don't mind them making changes if they feel like they need to, but still, just stick to the script. Like, the big moments, stick to that. They did what they had to do with the casting. I just stick to the overall narrative. You'll be fine. To make little tweaks, I'm not gonna bitch.
All right. Like I said, I have not. Well, I've played the game, but I have not beaten either one of the games. I played it with my dad, helped him get past a couple of parts. I loved what I saw when I was playing it playing the game with my dad. So I mean, for me, this is one of those projects where I have no expectations because I'm not that familiar with it, right? So I'm going in just going, I need good performances because I don't really know anything about the story or anything like that. So I'm like, you got good actors. I don't think you went wrong there. So for me, it just comes down to just perfecting the acting. And yeah, Mike, if you got the clip, you can throw it up before I pass it to Didge. But for me, like I said, it just comes down to good acting for me. And Pedro Pascal, yeah, and it's under the HBO umbrella. So you're absolutely right. Oh, so it is. It looks like it is a direct clip.
You have no idea what loss is.
Whoa.
You have no idea what loss is.
Looks like he's gonna have a little bit of an accent. We'll see. Cause that'd be cool if they did that.
I do have to say, Pedro Pascal, one thing about him that always confuses me is that it sounds like he tries to make his voice different, and sometimes it sounds different as shit. And then other times I'm just like, no, that's the Mandalorian voice. like that's your Mando voice. That's your Mando voice. But when you listen to those clips back to back, he sounds just like the character in the game. Not just like, obviously, but he sounds close enough. Right. So I'm like, that's pretty cool casting. I remember Joel when he was casted. People weren't too thrilled.
No, he's not white, so that bothered
right.
a lot of people.
Of course. And then I started hearing weird stuff like, I'm getting too much of Pedro Pascal. I'm like, where? Like, Mandalorian, that's it. Where else are you guys seeing Pedro Pascal that it's too much?
I was very excited. I mean,
I don't remember when exactly he was casted.
It was a while back now, but
yeah,
it was
like
amazing that night. I'm like,
a year and a half ago. About a year and a half ago.
I was like, oh, he's
so
great.
Even because I was gonna look into like maybe he was in a lot of stuff at that time, but no, not really. It would have been Wonder Woman. That would have been the only other thing I could think of.
Right. To me, I kind of feel like Pedro Pascal is very much like what's his name that plays Hopper in Stranger Things? David Harbour. Right? So where you would be shocked how many things Pedro Pascal was in that you don't even remember. So to me, it's like for you to have this fatigue, that maybe should have started a long time ago. Pedro Pascal has just now started to become a leading man. Same as David Harbour. They've been acting for fucking forever.
Right.
They're just now starting to become leading men. People forget all the time David Harbour was in Suicide Squad, the first one, David Ayers. They forget it all the fucking time. He was part of that dinner where Waller was showing the vignettes of everybody's origins and everything. They forget that.
I definitely forgot.
So that's why I'm saying David Harbour.
Google that.
David Harbour was also in James Bond with Daniel Craig. He was also in that. People forget that. These actors have been acting in a shit ton of shit. It's just they weren't leading men, so you don't remember them. So when people are like, "Oh my God, it's too much of Pedro Pascal," I'm like, "How? It's just the Mandalorian." That's it.
He's sitting there like, "Shut up."
Yeah, he was Equalizer.
Just getting started. Leave me alone.
He was in the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in the first one. Yeah.
Let me have these things.
God, I don't remember.
One, though, wasn't he?
No, he was in the first one. He wasn't even in the second one.
Pedro was in Kingsman. Yep. Where he sounded different. That's what I'm saying. When he tries to sound different, he can sound different.
Pedro said checks.
But it's funny. It's funny you say that, Trayvon. Before I pass it to you, Trayvon, it's funny you say that because an actor telling somebody to shut up, so they stop ruining checks. Tom Holland definitely said that to Joel. Because when they were talking about making a Legends of Zelda movie, and they were like, "Oh, Tom Holland." Joel was the first person that jumped out and said, "He cannot have everything. He cannot be Nathan. He cannot be Spider-Man.
Yes,
he cannot be all these things." That's what Tom was trying to say, and Joel was just like,
bullshit.
"No." He was like, "No, sir." But Trayvon, have you played The Last of Us?
One.
Yeah, Narcos, of course. That's where he was more so leading.
Yeah, Equalizer too. I thought so. Motherfucker.
I don't remember.
They're wrong.
To be fair,
I
don't. Wait. I'm sorry, Joel. You're absolutely right. They were fighting in a hurricane or a storm.
Yeah, in part 2.
Yeah.
This part 1 had the girl. What's her name?
Yep. No, it wasn't Dakota Fanning, was it?
Yeah. No.
It wasn't. No.
It was.
Yeah.
in part 1.
Oh no, it wasn't Dakota Fanning.
It was
her name. I forget her name.
the girl who played Hit Girl.
Yeah, Hit Girl.
Yeah, Chloe.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Grace Moretz. There you go.
We did not say, even though we did, that all certain people look alike. That's definitely what we said. But Trayvon, so I'm sorry. So you were saying you have not played the game?
Never?
At all? At all? Have you seen any cutscenes or anything?
I think it just came out again, like remastered.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have PlayStation Plus, I think it's a part of that PlayStation Plus
Oh,
collection.
I see it.
You don't.
Oh, you just don't care.
It's there. I
Just
see
scared.
it. So okay. So you Last of Us fans, do not attack me. Okay.
Get him.
Look, I just recently found out that this shit was about zombies or whatever. I honestly had no idea what the hell this shit was. I was like, oh, The Last of Us. It's like how it was with God of War. No idea. Like, sorry. Like, look, his body. Look. Only reason, look, I honestly forgot about this thing until I saw, I think Gabriel Luna said something. I was like, oh, he's in it. Now I'm excited for it. I'm excited for him because I'm still upset that he got canceled as Ghost Rider. So I'm excited for him. I'm watching just for him. So I was like, so I had to go look and see if he dies.
You are a walking
these games. I had to go look. I said, let me go look it up and see if he dies. Does Tommy die in these games? Apparently he doesn't.
Oh.
So I said, okay.
Fact, man.
I will be watching this for a while.
Last of Us fans, get him.
I'm telling you right now, Trayvon, if you hear anything about The Last of Us doing reshoots, it's because me, Dig, and Joel made a phone call that he dies in the opening sequence. Like the first 5 seconds of the show.
I don't do well when you advertise, you put people in that I like, and then you kill them the first episode. I literally will stop.
Well, maybe stop watching shows for parts. Stop stripping shows for parts, Trayvon.
Look,
watch it for what it is.
What was it? It was a show that Ron Phillippe was highly advertised in. Died in the first episode. See, I'm done. I'm not watching no more. I was like, y'all don't do this.
Hold on. So let me ask you this.
Don't highly advertise people and kill them in the first episode.
You're old school.
No. Let me ask you this because I'm really curious, and we'll keep it about this so it doesn't spawn into something else. Mm-hmm. But like when you watch a trailer, let's say the project has somebody you love. Mm-hmm. When you watch the trailer, in your mind, because I'm very curious. This isn't me trying to be funny at all. Do you block out everything except for just the person that you're interested in?
No, but they are the main reason I'm watching the thing. And if you do that person wrong, I'm going to stop.
Well, they look like the intro
unless the show is very good. If the show is very good, I might keep going.
Well, will you give it a chance? Like, what if they die like in episode 2? Like, will you stay to give it a chance?
We'll see.
Oh, all right, Trayvon. I just had to know. I just had to know.
That doesn't explain why you never played the game.
That's a very good question.
Interests me. It's just
they're not into those type of games.
No.
Okay. That's different. All right.
I tried. What's the other game? What's
the survival game?
Not. What's the other PlayStation game that everybody talks about all the time? Not Last of Us. The other one.
Uncharted.
Well, maybe it's that.
Uncharted.
Yeah. So I tried that too. I think it was the first one because it came with my PlayStation 4. I believe.
Okay,
I don't know.
Sounds about right.
I just can't. I don't know.
They're too good for you. I get it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I take it you didn't play like Days Gone either, then?
No.
They're making a movie about that or a show.
I saw.
That's one of our topics. Yep, we'll get into that.
I'm sorry, guys. To be fair, I didn't know what God of War was. I didn't know what Infamous was.
And God of War is amazing too.
I got into both of those literally this year.
I don't know how you didn't know what God of War was.
What bubble do you live in?
So you didn't go back and play all of the old God of Wars?
You never had a PlayStation until like recently?
I literally got a PlayStation for the Spider-Man game, the first one.
So PlayStation 4.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So PlayStation 4 was your first one.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense why you wouldn't.
Okay, no, I'm taking that back. I did have a PlayStation 1 a long time ago.
I don't know.
But I think God of War came out on PlayStation. No, I think God of War came out on PlayStation 2. So that makes sense.
Yeah, God of War PS2.
I think the first time I played God of War and the first time I played Uncharted were both for PSP.
It might have been PlayStation.
Never the PlayStation 3.
I played them all on PlayStation.
No, okay, what's PlayStation 2? So yeah, you should have been able to play the first God of War. I don't know what happened to that.
I went back and played God of War and Uncharted after like the three the trilogies came out. And I put it back to back to back.
You went back to the very first God of War?
Yeah, well,
my brother, he just told me that he was doing that, and I'm like, how are those graphics holding
up?
So
but it's fun going from the shitty graphics to the good graphics. It's
sure,
you know what I mean?
That's like Spider-Man games. Like
Joel, you're looking at God of War like you don't even know how much better you're gonna get.
That's why I play. I'm like, this is I'll survive. I'll live with it because I know it's gonna get better.
You're gonna age well.
And then to get to where I was and for the PS4 God of War game, like this is motherfucking great.
The PlayStation 4 God of War game, just for them to switch it up so much.
Yeah, I can't wait for Ragnarok.
I can't wait for Ragnarok.
Boo.
I want to join. Put mine up. I booed him too.
That's not nice.
Yeah, man.
Everybody keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going, Joel. Type it in there. Keep it going. Keep it going.
I was about to say something real petty. You know what? I ain't gonna say it.
Look up.
Wait, no. What was your petty? I want to hear the petty.
I hope God of War gets delayed to next year.
Like Hogwarts.
Yeah, like Hogwarts. Live in my misery. Yes, like Hogwarts.
Oh, the Game Awards are today. I forgot. Oh, it's
the Game Awards is today.
I thought they were tomorrow.
It's this week.
Tomorrow at 2:00.
It starts today.
I guess they're overseas.
Opening night.
Yeah, opening night.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Or tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow. Yes.
All right, let's move on to something I think is not only hilarious, but I slept on it and was hoping I would wake up and find out it was a lie, but it wasn't.
Oh.
Just sit on a lake.
We are getting R.I.P.D. Part 2, bringing back Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Bridges.
Of course you are.
The
sequel we always needed.
Never seen the first.
To me, I saw R.I.P.D. and it was just as bad as it was advertised. But to me, I very much believe R.I.P.D. coming back will have the same results that the Szechuan sauce did, right? To where it's fun, like, oh yeah, it's back, but nobody fucking buys it, right? And then it dies the next day. People kept saying, bring it back for the sake of bringing this movie back, right? But we just saw fans do this to Morbius. We saw fans go, Sony, put that DJ, drop that beat again. And they put it back in theaters, and everybody said, oh, well, we weren't serious.
That's kind of different, though. I feel like Morbius, we knew Morbius they were playing when they told them bring it back to theaters. They know what they were doing.
But they brought it back, Trayvon. They brought it back.
Sony is naive. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
they're very naive over there. Because they should have recognized that was a joke.
Someone thought they could capitalize on the popularity.
Is that a game?
That is not. But R.I.P.D. is that's coming back on the back of Ryan Reynolds.
R.I.P.D. the game.
That's what that's coming back on.
Yeah, but Trayvon, you got to remember when it came out on the strength of Ryan Reynolds, and it died very hard. Like you found a way to take a movie with Ryan Reynolds in all of his comedy glory, and Jeff Bridges in all of his comedy glory, and make that movie bad.
Was the first one after Deadpool or before Deadpool?
Might have been around Deadpool before.
It came after.
I don't remember.
It came out 2013.
Yeah, that's way before Deadpool.
Yeah.
So now I feel like now they're like, ooh, we got.
You think
Deadpool
now he's a made man?
Listen, you got Deadpool Ryan. You got whatever that guy, whatever I don't know, whatever it was. It was funny. The movie that just came out. They got that. So I was like, so they probably feel like he has the power now. Let's give him what we can do.
You say that, but I don't remember too many people thinking that fondly about Six Underground. So, all right, we'll see. we'll see. We'll see if he's a made man. Re-releasing a movie is way different than making a whole new movie. No, my premise was people were lobbying for them to make a sequel, and they're finally doing it. But I don't think they understand. Nobody really gives a fuck about R.I.P.D. Like I unless you make this movie drastically better, and I mean drastically better, I don't really see what the upside of this project is. Because the first one was funny, but that was really all it had to offer. Was that it was just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds. That was like, really all it had to offer.
It was like a ghost Men in Black type of
I was just about to say, you know what I would compare it to, Joel? This is what I would compare it to. if you guys have seen Men in Black 3, that's exactly what R.I.P.D.
I
was.
I would never rewatch
it.
it.
Was that
Men in
the
Black
newest
3
one?
over
The
Men in Black
Independence?
2, actually.
Was
No,
that
no.
That's
you're
technically
thinking-
4.
Yeah, that was with Chris Hemsworth and
Oh, that's
that
Men in
one
Black
was awful.
International.
My God.
Yeah. But the reason why I compare it to Men in Black 3 is that movie only survived off of Will Smith just being Will Smith, right? It really had to offer nothing else.
Yeah, but
Nothing
at least
else about
that
it.
survived. This did not.
Yeah.
No,
Apparently it did.
No.
It has a sequel. I guess you could say
Oh,
it
right.
survived.
I just want to say something.
Come on,
Brian.
dude. You're the money man. How much did it make at the box office?
78 off of a 154 budget. So didn't
78.
even make half. I'm sorry.
That's just trying to live off of Ryan Reynolds at this point.
So
Well,
Ryan
he's a
needs
man.
to focus on the Clue movie. That's what he needs to do.
Excuse me?
We don't know that he's not.
I've heard about this Clue movie.
We don't
Oh,
know
I
that he's
wanna-
not.
like
you wanna
the
see
board
that.
game
Remember, he's
Clue?
working with
I want to see it. I need to see a modern day Clue. Please.
Like the board
Would
game
know.
Clue, right?
You gotta
Yeah.
off the board.
He's
You
making
gotta
it-
remember
You
though.
seen the first movie? The original
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, I saw the original one.
But
Yeah.
remember, Trayvon, he's
Watch
working on
the
it
original,
with Jason
play the
Bateman.
original.
With
He's
who?
working on it with Jason Bateman.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
let me
so
hurry
Jason Bateman can and again, we don't know when this is gonna start or anything. Clue could be well into to starting production and whatnot. So I don't think one necessarily cancels out the other. I think everything will be
That's
fine.
better than expected.
I can't believe this is getting a sequel.
I was shocked when I heard it.
I
I
need to
woke
see
up
the
just
first
like
one.
this is
I'm not gonna
You
see
don't.
the first one.
you don't need to. You don't have to.
I'm gonna watch it if this actually comes out. If this second one actually happens, I'll watch the first one.
I need to watch it. I'm just, I'm letting you know.
I'll wait until like right before the new one. 'Cause
You know.
It
I'm
is-
not
I'm
watching
gonna
it right
tell
now,
you. I'm gonna
willingly.
tell you about the first one the same way I tell people about Men in Black 3. Just pretend it doesn't exist. And they're like, well, wait, how? Just 1 and 2. That's it. They stopped there. The third one was just deleted
I
scenes.
preferred 3 over 2, honestly.
You prefer 3 over 2?
Uh-oh.
That is
Yeah.
bold.
Oh, it's gonna be a direct to. I think it's gonna be a direct to Peacock movie
Of course it will.
That's not even
Why not?
good
And now it makes
That's
because
not even good enough.
it's technically being commissioned by Universal Pictures Home Entertainment, which is different
Yikes.
from which is their
oh God.
that's the subsidiary of Universal Pictures in general.
Well, Peacock needs all the pull they can get now.
I swear to God, Peacock is the worst of them all. Like, I
Really?
don't,
I had Peacock
Yeah.
for a minute because I watched Bel Air on it, but after
yeah,
that,
Peacock
that
messed-
was that too.
I think
Peacock
Paramount
messed
is
up.
worse. I think
No.
Peacock messed up
Peacock
by
is
advertising the way they did.
More original, better original shit.
Paramount does?
Yeah,
Because I love Yellowstone.
yeah, but that's actually Paramount's.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're talking.
Oh,
I'm saying
yes.
Peacock.
I see what you're saying.
I saw it on Peacock, but it actually belongs to Paramount.
Well, then, as far as you know, that motherfucker is Peacock.
That's crazy.
That's for now.
That's a motherfucking
That's why
That's
Peacock.
what Harry Potter is right now,
1883
right?
is on Paramount.
Right. That's where Harry Potter is today, Trayvon. We'll see about tomorrow.
Crazy, man.
It's still on HBO Max.
Damn.
Is it?
Tomorrow,
I didn't
I'm
know
telling
that.
you guys right now, tomorrow, we're going to go on there and they're like, all right, you guys got Nickelodeon Plus? Why? That's where Harry Potter is today. Bitch, how the
Nickelodeon
fuck did it? How did it end up there? We just
That thing
decided.
to change spots like 4 times, I swear.
Yeah, Peacock
It's
needs
the
more.
chameleon. It's
but
the
it's
crazy.
chameleon. It's the fucking
It's
chameleon.
also just a
of
bad name.
streaming.
Like I get why it's called Peacock because of the logo, but it's like
Yeah,
I don't
think
like.
it's a terrible name.
I don't like the name.
Peacock is as unoriginal as Netflix's fucking Comic-Con, the Tadome. Like, bitch, you didn't even try. You didn't try. Like, you didn't try. Someone walked in and went Tadome, and you're like, that's it. We're gonna use that.
So somebody dropped something and it was metal. It hit and it was like, "That's it. Drop it."
Look,
Put it
they
on
said,
there.
look,
That's
we
our
already got
bit.
that. We
That's
already
our
got that shit trademarked. Look, use it. We already got that shit
Just
trademarked.
use it.
We ain't
Just
got to pay
use
nothing
it.
else
Just use it.
to do it.
It's funny, Trayvon. Let me ask you really quick before we move on. Do you know where that Tadome came from?
I do not.
It came from House of Cards. When you watch House of Cards, originally that was the knock that the character would do.
That
On
doesn't
the
even
desk?
sound like a knock.
No. When you listen to the what it was originally, it would kind of sound the way that the knock did, and then it just progressed from there. But it started from that knock,
Damn,
from
that
his
was,
knock on
that
House
was
of
a good
Cards.
show, man.
Because House of Cards is really one of the biggest things that helped launch Netflix. Was
Wow,
how
it was
fucking phenomenal House of Cards was.
It was an original.
Those
the first
threesomes was something else.
You said what?
Those threesomes.
No, I didn't hear you.
That's what I said.
Oh wow, wow. I honestly didn't even hear you, but wow. Okay. I'm glad I didn't. My ears are untainted. They are untainted. Mike said, "Bruh." Yeah, Trayvon is definitely gonna get us booted off the internet.
No, he's responsible for fucking Blue Chew going forward.
Yes, Trayvon will be doing.
Mix it up with Power Rangers. Make my monster grow, bro. Make my monster grow.
So the actual sound, like how they made the version that they're using for Netflix originally, a guy hit his wedding ring against a cabinet in his bedroom.
Really?
Well, that's what the character did in the show, and that's what they were saying.
But that's what I'm saying. So I was right. Somebody hit some metal against something, and they were like, "Yeah, keep that."
There you go.
That sounds.
All right, let's move to our next topic. This one I really wanted to talk about because I'm just curious how you guys look back on this character. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. But recently, Jesse Eisenberg admits that he's not a comic book fan, but he loved to play the role of Lex Luthor in BVS. Quote, to me, it was a chance to play this great character that this great writer wrote. And I love doing that. I love doing this movie. The second part of that is Jesse Eisenberg said, I'd be shocked if I wound up in a DC movie, but it would be a pleasant shock. So I want to start off with you, Didge. All right.
It was a horrible Lex Luthor.
You should start with a guy that
I
actually
didn't even
liked
get
him.
to ask. Okay, I didn't even get to ask the question. But okay,
let's start with somebody that liked him.
Okay, all right, Trayvon, I'll start with you. There you go.
Because I knew where this shit was going.
There you go. No, I was going to say something nice, but okay. I'll start with you.
Really?
How do you look back on Jesse Eisenberg's time as Lex Luthor?
I thought it was great. I thought it made sense.
That was his best time right there. Right there.
He made sense on why he hated everything. It made sense to me. I was like, this guy didn't save me from getting my ass beat by my dad. People seem to not listen to him when he talks about his dad. Like, people like, oh, we didn't hear none of that shit. And I'm like, he told you guys why. Like, I get it. Rich, spoiled kid. Pissed the fuck off. Like, I get it.
Well, really quickly,
like,
he was more. The character was more so saying, not that Superman didn't save him. He was more so saying, no one saved me when my dad was abusing me, right? And I got to where I got on my own. I don't need a Superman. And it was more so rebelling against everything he stood for, because Superman was more so of an easy way out, right? And he's just like, I didn't have an easy way out. Someone to fucking just save me from shit. But fuck him. So it's projecting his trauma more so onto Superman than anything else. But where I will disagree and agree, all right? Let me start by agreeing. I didn't hate it because Zach had said early on that it was going to progress into a more Lex Luthor that we know, but he's not actually the Lex Luthor that we know. It was very confusing.
Wasn't he like Lex Luthor Jr. too? Like that also saw.
He was the son, but what Zach was trying to do is it wasn't like the dad was the original.
Yeah, no,
Lex
I know
Luthor.
that, but it was still just like you could have just made him Lionel or something. You could have just gave him a different. You could have gave the dad an actual name.
I did like what I saw from the end credit scene of Justice League. I liked it. I said, well, you're going in the right direction. This is great. This is awesome. Right? But where I will disagree with is I never felt like his rationale fully made sense in BVS. I felt like that was wonky at times. Very wonky. Again, I'm not blaming Jesse Eisenberg's performance. I'm not saying that. Just the writing of it very much is just like, this is really, because at the end of the day, what you're telling your viewers is how in that moment, how fucking stupid Superman and Batman were, right? Yeah. That's essentially what you were trying to sell to your audience, that you guys were fucking idiots, right? You guys are stupid. The world's greatest detective and the man that could hear through anything. These two just could not piece together that this asshole was pitting them against each other. Even when Lex came out and said, hey, I fucking pitted you guys against each other. At the ball, he fucking said, hey, brought you guys together. And they were just like, oh, I don't know what that means. Yeah, do you guys think Jesse's better than Smallville Lex? No. And that's mainly bias because we actually got a chance to interview him. And it was a great interview. So, albeit I was not the biggest Smallville fan, that is one of my Lex Luthors, my all-time Lex Luthors.
He's a great actor.
Yeah. And he is
Michael Rosenbaum?
He is my all-time Lex Luthor.
Michael Rosenbaum's awesome.
Over, you mean even over
Michael
animation?
Rosenbaum.
No. I mean even over animation.
Yeah, I love him. He was great.
Wow, I don't know if Lex Luthor. I start with animation.
Light skinned Lex Luthor was great. Animated Lex Luthor, 100%. Who was light skinned, he was great.
He was iconic.
If anything,
right?
Oh yeah, I guess compared to every other Lex Luthor, yes. But he was very much a light skinned man.
I know what you're trying to say, man.
Yeah, he for me was iconic. But I don't think either one of these Lexes were bad.
He was. Anything want to say it.
Lex was a brother. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He had black energy up and down. So that is not a lie at all. But Trayvon, like I said, I don't have anything negative to say about his performance. I will say that if you were trying to do something different, your introduction to Lex, that isn't where you should have played.
That's probably, and that's all he probably knows. I mean, it always says he likes Rosenbaum's Lexes, but I don't know. I can't, because looking at Jesse's Lex, it was not. That wasn't Lex. It was very weird.
It was becoming Lex. He was, but that's why I'm saying
he never got to that point, so he never became Lex.
Because even I know you said you liked
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Didge. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I know you said you liked the post-credit scene in
that's why
Justice League. Yeah. But it was too little, too late by then for me. Like that, it was a good post.
He looked good in a suit, and I thought he was tame. I'm like, that's the Lex I was waiting.
Yeah, it was just too little, too late.
Yeah.
For me, I because it happened and it was canonical, that's what I choose to look back on when I think back to Jesse Eisenberg's time as Lex. Right?
Fair.
Is that you did give me a glimpse of how good and accurate his Lex could have been. Right? That's why I'm saying I don't hate it. But your introduction to Lex, I don't really know where anybody's heads were in that writer's room. Like, that was the whole scene with him taking the Jolly Rancher and pushing it in the guy's mouth was just like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, this is a really weird fucking Lex Luthor. Like, you can't take AJ's word. He copywrote it. But I did think that was the weirdest fuck. And he just stood there and took it. I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Fuck that Jolly Rancher.
I'm like, no man will put a finger in my mouth and me go, all right. Like, no, what the fuck are you doing?
They're right.
I know that might be different for you, Trayvon.
They're right.
It also horn dog you. You fucking horn dog.
It also didn't help that he looked too much like how he looked when he was playing Zuckerberg and The Social Network.
That also didn't help. Yeah.
That didn't help it at all.
Because he was playing, yeah.
And yeah, he was supposed to be the millennial rich, like socially awkward
That's
person.
What
so I'm like,
was.
you're playing him. That's not Lex Luthor. Like,
I thought there was a way to blend it with him actually being a more comic accurate, but being different than what we know, because you're being more so into the times. I thought there was a way to blend it.
They went so, I'm gonna say, pretty much accurate with Superman and Batman, like visually, and they go such a different direction with Joker and Lex Luthor. It was like,
man,
why?
That was weird.
Speaking of which, Joel, that's what I thought Zach could have done with Lex. I thought, again, I know I'm alone here, so I'm not here to defend it or go into a whole conversation about it. But I thought what David did with Joker was blending a version of Joker that we know with making it very much new school and adaptable to the kids of today. Because I thought the fear of Joker was accurate. I thought that whole, not kitchen scene, but freezer scene where he was interrogating the guy. To me, that felt like Joker. Now, if you tell me it didn't look like Joker, I'm not here to argue it. It just felt like Joker. The fear was there. The fear was there.
He's like Cholo Joker, but whatever. The point was
Cholo Joker.
Little Joker.
I can't get that out my head, yo.
That's hilarious.
He just missed. Did he have tears? He should have got tears. Bro.
He did have a tear. I think he did have a teardrop. I think
it was a blank surface. I understood that tattoos are gonna come. I didn't even mind the tattoos on him.
Sexy Joker is what I call it.
All right, yeah, because he had abs.
Well, I was gonna say he's the only Joker you ever had that showed anything. So that might be what led to it. He showed a lot. Man was barefoot. Man never wore a shirt.
Okay. Batman socks. It's good.
But Joel, how do you look back at Jesse Eisenberg's time? Like, do you look back like, oh, that was horrible, or do you kind of feel as though maybe it's too much criticism? Hunka. Yeah, I love that scene. I loved it. But how do you look back, Joel, at Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor?
It was an interesting choice. I remember when they first casted him when it got announced. I'm like, wow, okay. I don't see it, but I'm willing to let it ride. We'll see, because that's how it was with everything. Most of the casting, because like
I didn't see Ben.
Every casting was very questionable. We were like, okay, we'll see. We'll see how it turned out.
They were punching me left and right with castings. Because when they said Gal Gadot, I looked right at my dad and went, are they talking about the chick that was in Fast and Furious for like 3 seconds? And he's like, yeah, I think that's her. And I'm just like, Wonder Woman, like leading woman, Wonder Woman. And he's like, I think so. I said, no fucking way. Like, I just watched The Town and they were like, Ben Affleck's Batman. I'm like, no.
After The Town, no. I could have lived with it. But
I didn't hate it. It just was more so like
The Town was good.
Who else was in that room that you skipped over for him? They're like Josh Brolin. I'm like,
yeah, I'm about to say.
I'll do Ben.
Josh Brolin was an option. I was like,
I'm like, I'll do Ben. You're right. You got me. You got me.
Josh Brolin's a great actor. I just don't see Bruce.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Not the shit on Josh Brolin. He's a great actor.
Not at all.
Ben Affleck obviously aged well. If you can.
I didn't like it initially, but I also was like, I don't want a whole new Batman trilogy. But then after what we had got, I was
block this man.
Bitch.
That was right after that was not too far removed from the Dark Knight trilogy. I don't want this to start all over. I'm good on that.
No. Your explanation.
And it didn't, you got your fucking wish.
But your explanation makes me even more sad. Because 5 minutes into The Dark Knight Rises, where they went, Batman hasn't been seen in years, how they started that movie. As soon as that movie was over and Christopher Nolan said, I'm not making it anymore, my first statement was, reboot this shit. I need Batman.
It wasn't like I wanted to. I also have very sharp feelings on the Dark Knight trilogy.
100%. I'm with you, Ditch.
But we had just got it. And I'm like, I'm good. I can hold off on Batman for a couple more years by the time I got it. It was so polarizing. I was just done with it. And then after seeing Batman vs Superman, I was so disappointed. I'm like, well, we could actually, if we were gonna do this instead, if this was the alternative, we could have did another Batman trilogy. If this was the alternative, I take my statement back. I was so bad.
I didn't want. What'd you say?
Never mind. I'll let it go.
No, I literally didn't hear what you said.
I'll say you didn't like the Batman that was in it. I mean, it's always funny when I hear people. I don't know.
I didn't mind. I didn't mind it, but it's also it didn't make sense for me to be after Man of Steel for the next thing to be Batman vs Superman.
Wait, hold on. Bring up this comment. Bring it up, Mike. Preach it. This motherfucker was Batman for a day. And then he got blipped. And then Dark Knight Rises was like 5 years. What the fuck? What? Huh? That long? And he ain't even active?
Y'all love Nolan, though. Y'all love Nolan.
No, the fuck I don't.
I just said I have sharp feelings about that.
I did love Nolan. Yes, I did.
I get into many arguments for saying that trilogy is overrated.
I'm not saying that The Dark Knight Rises was a bad idea in terms of the story.
That trilogy is overrated.
But The Dark Knight itself is a good movie.
Like I said, I will never fight that Batman Begins and The Dark Knight are movie masterpieces.
Yeah.
But as far as Batman, I never got the feeling out of any of those fucking movies.
That's why when they said they were doing Batman, I said, well, 100%. Maybe not the first one.
The first one was very much. Well, I mean, you could make an argument.
You could argue, but for sure, The Dark Knight and then The Dark Knight Rises were the villains.
Yeah,
because you could make an argument that someone might have enjoyed Kyrian as much as they enjoyed Christian in that first movie.
I don't know.
His Scarecrow was awesome.
That's pushing it.
His
This is-
scarecrow was awesome.
It was
I
good.
fucking
But
love
I-
that.
you
It's
can't
arguable. I can
He
understand
didn't
that.
steal it though. Come on.
But for
Well,
actual,
I only believe he didn't steal it because they put fucking. I won't even say Ra's al Ghul because that's disrespectful to the character. Whatever Liam Neeson was doing that day, there was just too much of him.
Oh, I'm loving this.
There was
just
too much of
great.
him in that.
I'm
shit.
just saying, for a Batman trilogy, it's vastly overrated when the things that led your trilogy out of 2 of the 3 movies are the villain, and
Sure.
arguably all 3. That's not a good Batman trilogy then.
I do not disagree.
Well, that means we haven't had a good one except never.
I'm loving this.
Wait, Batman movie?
We said Batman. We never had a good Batman trilogy then.
We
We
haven't.
never really had a Batman
We
trilogy.
haven't also
except for
really
that
had a
Batman.
Batman
think about what you're saying though. We've never had one.
Yeah,
We've had
but
so much Batman content and never had a good Batman trilogy.
it's
Isn't
very
that
true.
That's
That's
disappointing.
ridiculous.
And that's why when
That's very ridiculous.
that's why when
And you're
Batfleck
here
was
bitching
casted.
about having another Batman trilogy?
No, that's why when Batfleck was casted, I'm like, I don't want to see more of the same. I'm just good on this. Let's hold off on Batman. And then, like I
Dude,
said, I
you
saw
know what's
this.
funny?
At least we started good.
You know what's
so far.
funny? Because I know Joel remembers this. There was a brief moment where it was being talked about the possibility of Christian remaining
I
Batman,
remember that. Oh my god!
heading
I
into
was-
Man of Steel.
I remember
do
that. And I
BVS.
was,
And I remember sitting there going,
He couldn't even fight.
huh? Like,
That wasn't his fault.
why?
That's the choreography.
Oh, this choreography?
It's
Wait,
not?
who are
Who
you
else is
saying?
at fault?
Who are you
the
saying that we
director's
didn't, that
fault.
we didn't
I'm
say
just,
that?
I just think about another show with y'all. You know, y'all
What
mad
show?
at one, mad at the character.
I don't blame
It
Iron
was a
Fist.
choreography.
I don't blame him.
I don't think
Oh,
we
that-
ever blamed
that's-
Iron
I
Fist.
don't-
that show
I
was
don't
just
blame
bad
the
outside
actor.
of that. Like, I
Well,
didn't.
Trayvon, you
I
got to
don't
remember.
blame
You got to
him at all.
remember. A lot of the negativity to Iron Fist was A, it was a bad show, and B, I do
To
not
you.
believe they gave him.
To you.
No. You didn't hear me. I'm saying
Simone.
the arguments about the show were. I'm not saying this is my feeling. The arguments about that show was
No.
it wasn't good, and the acting for your lead wasn't the greatest, and the choreography was shit.
Fine. See,
I'm not
problem is,
arguing that. I'm just saying that's
Finn
what
Jones-
the consensus.
I don't blame Finn Jones. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not gonna sit here and say Finn Jones is the reason Iron Fist was bad. A lot of people gave him a lot of shit for no reason. In my opinion.
No, there are a lot of reasons why Iron Fist was bad, and I'm not going to say it was his fault.
Right.
No.
There's a lot. I mean, yeah, exactly. Showrunner.
Trayvon's not wrong. There are people that do put it on his shoulders.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just saying, don't listen.
Those
to
are also people
That
who are
happens-
mad
that
that they
happens a
casted a
lot
white
with-
man. That's how
That
it
also-
is.
Yeah.
And that is always the weirdest thing to argue about, but it is.
Oh
what it
man, Joel, I remember those times on the Facebook page. You went white for Iron Fist. I'm like, as opposed to what?
I mean, that's what he is. Like, why
You
would
didn't go
Exactly.
Asian. I'm like, why would
Exactly.
you go Asian? Isn't Iron Fist? No.
That's almost like a double negative, like because you can't win either way. Because you cast him white, you're wrong. If you
It's
cast him
almost
Asian,
funny how they
Then you're wrong,
expect
yeah.
it to be an Asian
They made
character.
him black.
It's like, so he has to be an Asian character.
It
So
was, but
Isn't
to
that
be fair,
kinda-
Trayvon,
isn't that
to be
kinda-
fair, a lot of people who felt that way only seen Iron Fist. They never read the book. So they only saw the guy with the costume really good at martial arts, and they attributed that to being possibly Asian.
Uh-huh.
it was.
was just
It's
like-
true. It is kind of back, like what Mike was saying. It is kind of racist to automatically assume that the Iron Fist should
Yes,
be
100%.
Asian. But it is also the trope of the Great White Hope, which I understand that, and that's
I-
overdone like a motherfucker too. So it's a,
Still to
like a
this
double
day.
negative.
Still to this day,
Still
that
Kind of
is.
Batman, Superman.
Yeah, but those are
Those characters are white. Those
I'm
characters are
saying
white.
it's still white savior.
You're taking the thing is Iron Fist is almost looked at as one of the greatest martial arts, the greatest fighters in the world, and he's using an Asian martial art. That's why it's like very Asian influence, and it's the white guy that comes out on top. You
And
know?
it also doesn't help that Iron Fist was given the reins he was, and then you look at Shang-Chi, and that character just now is becoming vastly popular.
Talk about
And it's like,
Why is it?
wow. Like the guy that a lot of people believe was created because of Bruce Lee, why didn't you heighten that guy? Like, why was that the guy that you were just holding down? Like, that made no sense. So yeah, I don't
know
disagree
why.
there. But again, you can't say that about Batman and Superman. The characters were always created white. And it wasn't stepping into a whole nother genre of race
Right.
that they were.
They basically started the genre that they're in. You know what I mean? That's
They
different.
started white privilege.
I'm
There
just-
you go. There you go. It
Batman is
started
the epitome of like.
there. There you go.
They always
where it
say that's
started.
why the bottom of his mask is open.
So Batman goes, hey.
Don't forget, motherfuckers.
And they're like, oh, Batman, I almost shot you. I know who the fuck you were. You got to turn around quicker, man. He's like, I'm sorry. Won't happen again. It's like, all right. Fucking scared me, man.
As soon as there's a
Look
black
around.
Batman, they're gonna call him Black Batman, like Black Falcon and Falcon. Falcon with a soldier. Why am I Black Falcon? Because I'm black.
It's like, yeah. It's like, well,
Is that
why?
not how
That
it
makes
works?
no sense. Like, all right, let's
So
move
funny.
on. Let's move on. I want to talk about this because I want to get you guys' thoughts on keeping a franchise alive maybe too long. Mike, if you could bring it up.
Anything.
Well, no, I have an exact title. Hold on. But a topic I meant. All right. So Ryan Gosling has reportedly been cast in the Oceans prequel film starring Margot Robbie.
Yes.
Mass Oceans.
I will say this. The Oceans movie with Sandra Bullock and that entire amazing, phenomenal cast. I wholeheartedly, and Joel, we talked about this ad nauseum. I believe that if you had allowed that movie to be its own thing and not connected it, it would have made so much more money because people were holding it to Ocean standards. And unfortunately, those Ocean movies are some of the greatest cast and leading men ever assembled in a movie like that, right? You just had the greatest of everything in there. The greatest comedic actors, some of the greatest actors at that time, OG comedians, OG actors. It was just a recipe of greatness that you were asking that female-led team to duplicate. And I didn't think that was fair. I thought if it was
good though.
I'm saying, why
I'm not, no. I'm not saying it like it was a horrible movie. It was bad. I just think, to me, you had so much star power of that.
Why are you talking about it like it failed, though? By all measures, I think it was a success.
Didn't say it failed, but there is a reason why it is not continued, and that they're now doing a prequel instead.
Well, that could be fair. It was just the way you were going. I had to double check. I thought this was a commercial success.
I was saying it because I thought that group of actors or actresses, whatever they said they're actors,
the all-female version of Oceans. Yes.
That female version, if it was its own heist movie, wasn't Oceans, wasn't trying to be Oceans, wasn't trying to be a branch off of that tree, I think that could have spun off into its own trilogy because it was very well done. But I think it was. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you think the name held it back?
Yes, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
See if you go by that logic, the 355 should have. I feel like that should have been took off because that.
That did look interesting.
I'm not saying I watched it. I'm not saying it was bad, but the star power was different. The star power of that Ocean's female-led cast was top tier names, Trayvon. The biggest name out of
Penelope Cruz. Jessica Chastain. Are you serious?
Those names are not Sandra Bullock. What are we talking about right now? Like none of them.
Jessica Chastain. Are you serious? Like neither big names.
Jessica Chastain.
Yes.
Don't put Jessica Chastain in the same conversation as Sandra Bullock. Don't you ever fucking do that. Ever. She's an icon. Like Sandra Bullock is an icon. Jessica Chastain is not. She's a phenomenal actress.
Ouch.
But that cast, I do not hold to 355 or 106 in Park, whatever that movie was.
See,
I'm just saying.
That movie was fucking great.
Whatever it was called. I'm just saying. Like, I'll give you a perfect example, and then Trayvon, I'll pass it to you on your thoughts of these two working together again. That Ghostbusters movie, right, with the all-female cast.
That was just a bad movie.
No, time out. Hold on.
That was fun.
Time out. Listen to how I word this. Hold on, Joel. Listen to how I word this. If that movie was not called Ghostbusters, it was funny enough to be successful. If it wasn't trying to be Ghostbusters and stripped it from the formula we know Ghostbusters to be. They essentially made a Saturday Night Live skit out of Ghostbusters. If that was its own thing, like think about it. Bridesmaids is fucking all-time great.
It is.
It could have been that if it wasn't Ghostbusters.
I want to
I'm
push
saying
back
if
on
it
your
wasn't
on
Ghostbusters,
your premise
it could have
though
been that.
of the name holding it back. One, I liked the movie. But
Ghostbusters?
No, I'm talking about. Oh, now I'm going back to Oceans because I didn't. You were still going through,
sorry,
so I never
go
got
ahead,
a chance.
go ahead,
I never
I'm
got a
sorry,
chance
go
to jump in.
ahead.
And I wanted to hear your full thing, but I think, and you're not the only one. A lot of people have brought that up before. I think a lot of people are misremembering how successful the Oceans movies were, at least from both a critical standpoint as well as commercial.
I agree.
Yes, this did make the least out of all of them, but it's 305 versus 310. Are we really finna say 5 million makes a difference in whether something was a success or not?
No. But that's why, to me, I didn't mention. That's why I didn't mention box office.
But
I mentioned
you're saying
the
that
fact
the name
that
held it back. Where?
Because I'm saying there's a reason why they did not move forward.
I think people were just tired because it also got worse the more and more you went. I think people just got tired of Oceans films.
I don't know if that's true, though. I don't know. Because I tell you this, Didge. If Brad Pitt and George Clooney decided to come back to do another one and then do another one, it would have been greenlit.
Then why wasn't 13 as successful as 12 or as successful as 11?
I don't think 13 was as good as 12 and 11. I think that's the biggest difference. It wasn't as good. That did snowfall from it was very weird when I watched 13. I was just like, ooh, you maybe lost your charm for this.
But that's what I think is gonna that's what I think would have happened. Now, you're probably correct in that they may have gotten a more chance than an all-female led one, but that might be just Hollywood versus anything else.
But to me, can we say that they let them do it? Right? And to me, if it made an absorbent amount of money, they would have continued it. I don't think they would have stopped there.
It's just,
but the fact that they
weird.
did let you know how they felt about it.
But then it's like, what did you consider an exorbitant amount of money when this made $5 million less than your last entry?
No. I mean, it would have had to make a buku crazy amount of money for them to continue with it. There's a reason why they just stopped it. That's all I'm saying. And now we're worrying about a prequel.
Like,
wait, say it again, Trayvon.
What is buku amounts of money for these type of movies? Like, this is going to make $1 billion like a superhero film.
What Didge is saying is right. That's a crazy amount of money. I'm saying it would have had to have doubled that for them to have moved forward with it. There's a reason why we're now getting two of the massive names in Hollywood right now to revive Oceans. There's a reason for that.
No, that's fair. No, I can't understand that. But I don't think that that's the movie's fault. I guess.
No. I don't think it's the movie. Oh, Joel, look who's back on Raw. I don't think it's the movie's fault, but I very much believe that if they felt as though that was a successful franchise, they would have continued it for at least a sequel. They had the star power to do it.
Fair.
That's all.
I can get behind that a little bit more than
That's all. That's why I never brought up money, because I'm like, they clearly had the star power, and those are some of the biggest names. Period. I don't mean at the time. I mean period. In that movie, you know, Rihanna for music, not necessarily for acting, but everybody else is big right now.
Rihanna for business, not necessarily for music anymore.
Business, hell yeah, business.
Oh, wow.
So for me, it's crazy, right, Joel? So for me, Didge, it was more so, I think if it was its own thing, it could have been better. And Trayvon, I'll also say 355 what it lacked, because I don't believe the studio truly had faith in that movie, which is better marketing. Just better marketing. Just something to really kind of get things going for it. Because I remember me and Joel saw the trailer in the theaters and went, I want to see that. I don't think we ever did. Because I think we just stopped hearing about it.
I definitely didn't. I remember seeing the trailer and being like, all right, I'm going to go see that.
Right.
And
then not really hearing anything else.
Immediately. I was ready.
No, and I get you, Trayvon, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's a bad movie at all. But I'll give you a better example. Anna with Jessica Chastain. That was an action movie that came out. That did fucking horrible. Why? Because that did not market that movie, and it was just bad. It's fucking horrible. But they just didn't market it enough, and that's what I think.
What's
some of these
the best solo action female action movie?
I think probably anything Angelina Jolie did. Probably.
I'm trying to be more.
I know.
What was it?
Salt, I assume, had to be up there. I don't know if maybe the first Tomb Raider could be up there. Maybe he said, "Oh shit, 355 did come out." I totally forgot. Yeah, it's on Peacock for anyone that wants to go watch it. It's on Peacock. What was I gonna say? You got it, Didge?
Oh, man.
I'm looking it up.
Okay, while you're looking it up, Trayvon, I want to start with
And
you.
I want you to compare it to like
By box office, we're looking.
Yeah, box office, and you want to see how it does compared to like let's say like a Black Widow, which is a Marvel brand for the female, because we know what Captain Marvel did. You know what I mean?
Billions. Colombiana was a really good movie, but I remember there also not being that much marketing behind, and that was like a legit, really good fucking movie.
That wasn't bad.
That I would have loved a sequel to, but they just stopped. They're just, well, we're done here. So Trayvon, Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie working together again. What are you more so excited about? Those two powerhouses coming together again, or to see another branch in the Ocean's Tree?
It did.
Mike did say, keep in mind that Black Widow had COVID during its run.
It did.
And also keep in mind that a lot of people felt more safer buying it and watching it at home than going to the theater. So, yeah, that's hard to really compare.
I totally understand. That's true. A lot of movies felt the wrath of COVID.
Yes,
I'm going through this list, and so far, none of them are like post 2020 because of COVID. So,
right.
Yeah, you can't go recently.
Colombiana. But go ahead, Trayvon. Go ahead. Give us your thoughts.
I feel like they're letting Margot Robbie do whatever she wants right now. So
they are.
She got carte blanche, basically.
It's just like oh, okay, she got another movie. Like I'm like, of course, why not? And I remember there were rumors of the Pirates movie that she might be doing. I was like, okay, so they're literally letting her do anything she wants. So it's just like cool. I haven't seen I don't know if I've seen them in a movie together before. But like we haven't seen Barbie yet.
Yeah, no.
So
just Barbie.
I don't think I've seen them together. So I don't know how they act together. So hopefully that's good. My girl didn't be on that soundtrack a minute. But yeah, so I'm just saying. So anyway, so I just want to see if I just don't know. I have no thoughts really on this. I'm like, okay, that's nice that you want to do another Ocean's movie, I guess. To be honest, I'm gonna say this right there to be clear.
So
nobody attacked me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen Ocean's 8. Okay, I've not seen the other ones. So there you go. So there we go. I don't care to see the albums either. So there we go. Boom.
All right, we're gonna move past Trayvon. Mike, yeah, bring up that. I would say Margot Robbie is probably the most top billed female actress right now.
Yeah.
But it depends on your question, because if Meryl Streep comes out, it's like, well, Meryl Streep is the top female actress. But if you're talking about the top, as far as top billing, like something you could showcase for 18 and 20-year-olds to just drool over, yes, it's clearly Margot Robbie.
The most active paid actress right now.
So
right.
Active.
I want to know what the storyline is. So, like, what is Margot like an ocean? Like it says Danny's mom or something?
Right? I have no idea.
How much of a prequel is it?
I have
How
no
far
idea.
back are we going here?
I have no idea.
1940s gangster film type shit?
I have the answer, by the way. We're taking out obviously comic book movies. I'm taking out Star Wars. Are we taking out any movies that are based off of books?
No. We can keep those in.
Just superheroes.
Not all of those succeed. Not all of those.
Then it's The Hunger Games.
Oh, true.
Hunger Games.
That is female. That is female.
Yes. And that was more event driven, so I can see how that really comes.
That's also
specifically Catching Fire. I haven't actually seen any of the Hunger Games movies. I don't know which one.
Me either. That's why I didn't think of that. Me either.
I forgot. I've seen them. I didn't like the last one, but
is that No, that's Mockingjay. I don't know if those are the last because there's a part 1 and part 2.
They're doing a series now too. So.
I will see it with Viola Davis.
They were pretty good. The first 2, 3 were.
They are. Yes, they do.
I enjoyed them.
Yes.
Hunger Games were pretty good until they.
Joel, look who's reunited. But I will say to Mike's point, Zendaya is still breathing. But the only difference is Zendaya, I believe, would be like 1B. But there's no way in this world that we live in, Margot Robbie is not the top billing for female actresses.
That's what I mean. They went hard.
We won't get into.
You have the best.
She is 1A.
I feel like Ocean's they're known for their all-star cast.
Right.
Modern day, you don't get higher than Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie.
Or Margot Robbie.
But you gotta, if you're doing it, if this is gonna be a prequel, Oceans, it can't just be those two.
No, of course
So
not.
they better be
This
coming
is the
out.
beginning
Yeah,
No,
they
but
better
to
be
be
coming
fair,
out with
Didge,
the rest.
to be fair,
where you start.
they're casting this the way that they casted the originals. At the time, if you said the name
True.
Brad Pitt and George Clooney, no one gives a fuck about who else is in that movie. And that was star-studded, right? One of them fucking had Al Pacino. So with this one, I believe it's going to be star-studded, but who cares once you say Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie? That's kind of where you begin and end.
And then it gets a little lower, and then a little lower. But by the time, by then they'll have like guest stars.
What's funny about what you just said, Joel, is go back and watch the Ocean movies now, and nobody that we're saying was lower is actually lower today. Casey has an Oscar.
That's
they got to go up against Knives Out.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
what I'm saying. They had a massive glow up. From
you're talking about the main crew. Obviously,
no. I agree with you. I believe for this one, it'll be the same thing. I'm just saying it'll be fun to see what these kids, but what this cast looks like 10 to 15 years from now. Some of these guys explode the way that last regime did.
Some do.
So that'll be a lot of fun.
And it'll be probably more mixed because it was obviously more all men and you had all women. Right. So now you'll probably have a hodgepodge, both.
Right. And shit, we don't even know that these two characters are on the same team. Ryan Gosling could be trying to stop her.
I'm just assuming.
He could be the cop trying to stop her.
Yeah. I'm assuming
we have no idea.
You know what movie I missed and I thought it would be really cool if I ever do it again. Remember, was it Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those were fine.
They were. They're making a new one.
Yeah, not a new one, Joel. They're making a series with with Donald Glover.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they were. I think they dropped. I think they stopped.
Well,
they didn't stop it. They had to recast her.
Yeah, the girl got recast.
Yeah. But that's one of the reasons why he wanted to kind of wrap up Atlanta is to kind of do these other things. He didn't kind of want to still.
I look forward to seeing because I'm like, him in a Mr. and Mrs. Smith type of movie?
It's going to be really interesting. But I will say, seeing Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I left that movie going. This works
they recasted it already.
Yeah, this works only as a one-off. There's no need to make this a series.
I didn't need to see more. But that's why
that's where you mess it up.
It may work as a series, though.
Right, 100%. Because you can go more into the background of the individuals. But like how he became who he was, how she became who she was. Now, how did they get together? Now, then when they divorced, how does that divorce come out? Like, there's just so many things you can expand with that. So, I'm definitely with you.
For sure.
But you excited for this Oceans prequel?
Yeah, actually, I like the Oceans films. I liked all of them.
Me too.
Even 13, I know a lot of people don't like that one.
It's the worst one, but it's still decent.
It's definitely the worst one out of all of them, but I enjoy them. I love a good heist movie.
Was that one with Al Pacino?
No, that one.
13 was it with Al Pacino?
I forget.
13 was with Al Pacino because that was the last one.
They blur together at the end.
They do blur together. Like
I believe that was the last one that they did. If that was the one with Al Pacino,
it might be.
I can't speak negatively. Yeah, I can't speak negatively about an Al Pacino movie.
They're all good. I mean, that's what I mean. They're not bad movies. And even 8 was good.
I can't say it.
Yeah, I enjoyed 8.
8 was good too. So.
Objectively, it was. 12 and 11 were amazing. I
think 11 was the best one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, 11 and 12. Yeah, it just got drastically worse, but not drastically worse. It was
always like you were going downstairs.
Yeah, it's still entertaining.
And you know what?
Not as good.
And you know what, Didge? Because I told you all about this. That's what made me nervous about Knives Out. Was I kind of feel like when you do a whodunit, there's only but so many different ways you can go before it just gets really fucking predictable, right? And I felt like Oceans was starting to head there, to where it was just like.
I mean, yeah.
Kind of guess where you're
going. Heist. Right? I get it.
Like, I can kind of guess you won't get caught, right?
It's no Italian Job. No,
yeah. Oh, my God, Italian Job. I got to rewatch that. I haven't seen that. Whoa, no. Italian Job is...
Yeah. That was Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, no thank you.
That was a good movie, though.
I don't know why I confused it with Transporter.
Transporters, they're good.
Transporter 1 is all time great, and then the other two were just like.
Once he started going for
he didn't really try. Like, I'm like, yeah, he didn't really try.
They were
But you're looking forward to this?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I love a good heist film, so I'm
Me
in.
too. Me too.
All right. So Joel, you're in agreement.
Yes, they started off really well with those two castings. So
You can't really go down from there.
yeah, you can't really.
I mean, even if you do, you kind of just go, well, I mean, you
Honestly, all you can really do is go down from here.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Unless you tell me like Meryl Streep, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio,
Right.
you tell me you want to go way up. Yeah, you want to go way up.
That's different.
We don't think you are. All right. Next thing, I was really excited to talk about this. Jerry Bruckheimer says they have a really good script for National Treasure 3 and that they will be sending it to Nicolas Cage shortly. Hopefully, Cage likes it. I am very happy because I was not a fan of whatever this hodgepodge bagash bullshit is on Disney Plus. That's not National Treasure. Don't fugazi me. No. It hasn't come out yet. Don't fugazi me. No.
It might be fun.
No.
It's not for us anyway.
It's also not for us.
Yeah, it's not for us.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. For the kids, the hodgepodge bagash, the okie doke, they can have that. The big boys need the big boy shit. I need my Nick Cage back. That's what I need. Did you want to say that really quick?
Oh yeah, I think Scarlett Johansson, she might be still the highest paid actress.
I believe so. There was a stretch where she had like 5 movies. That movie with the mind that was all in her head.
Oh, Lucy.
I think she got a shit ton of money for that. Yeah, Lucy, she got a shit ton for. Black Widow, she got a shit ton for. And that racially questionable movie she came out with, Ghost in the Shell. She got a shit ton of money.
Racially questionable.
She get ready to do a movie for one of them Disney rides. So
yeah, she did like the. I know she did like one of those Disney.
I do know she's
like
also doing.
Coming.
She's also doing Rosa Parks, so definitely look out for
that. Don't do that. They're gonna believe that and run with it. Don't do that. Oh my god, that's gonna be.
I cannot wait for ScarJo to do Rosa Parks. That's gonna be so iconic.
I want to see a season of those jokes. Can they still do it?
Oh, I'm sure she does. Like, she probably prizes her money stash.
Hey, you know what's funny, Trayvon? You know what's funny? I don't blame her. I blame whoever made that movie. Right? You looked and you said, okay, this is what the show is about. Get it? White. I blame them. I don't blame her. I just think the jokes are hilarious. I don't blame her at all, though. Yeah, I don't blame her.
No, you're right. Well, you saw the offer. You see how fucking annoying they are with casting.
Yes, I do.
They want their people. They want their people, and they will.
Yep. Which is funny because when I did the interview with the producer for why can't I think of that? I almost believed it. Hey, it could happen. Lincoln Lawyer. So when I spoke to the producer of Lincoln Lawyer, he was saying that the one with Matthew McConaughey, I never read the books. That character is supposed to be Hispanic. That character is not supposed to be white.
Lincoln Lawyer?
They made him white for the movie, which is why when they got a chance to do the show, they made the character actually Hispanic.
What did I tell you about Whistler and Blade? You guys know about that story?
Oh, go ahead, Joel. Go ahead.
Did you guys know that? Whistler was made for the movie. He's a white guy. That's why he was in the cartoon. It came out in the cartoon first. So he debuted in the Spider-Man cartoon first. Then he showed up in the movie as Whistler. But that character doesn't exist in the comic books. The character in the comics had a different name and was a black man.
And they were just like, we need white next to Wesley.
So they made the white balance. Man instead of
they definitely got together and said balance this shit. It's a lot of black with Wesley. Balance.
Just black on black. You crazy?
They were just like, all right, what about for 3? We have Jessica Biel and Ryan Reynolds right next to him. Is that balance enough? They're like, perfect.
Yeah, you killed off the old white guy.
Right.
Mix it up.
The racist avatar.
The all-white Asian cast.
Oh, that was rough. That movie was rough. We don't talk about that.
Or what's it called? Something in Egypt.
Gods of Egypt.
My god.
We won't get into how racially offensive that fucking movie was.
The fact that fucking Chadwick Boseman was in that movie too.
And he spoke highly of it when they were marketing it. And I was just like, maybe No. I don't blame him. I was saying maybe the marketing team shouldn't have put him to the forefront.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have said, you know
That's
what?
not his
We
fault.
went all white. Let's stick with all white. Because once
Yeah.
you gave him that platform, it was just like, oh.
They know what they were doing.
Like, no.
The
That's why
one
they
black
put him up
guy in the
there.
movie.
That's definitely why they put him
That's
up
why
there.
they put him up there.
Gods of Egypt, they were like, all right, if the movie's not gonna be black, look, we got to get a black guy in there.
Yeah, I got a
That's
face
exactly
somewhere
what
in
happened.
there, right? And then he never was like a main character. He was in the background. It's just like, well,
Yeah.
Gerard Butler.
I don't even remember who he played. It was, whatever.
I don't remember who any of them played.
He
I just
wasn't
know
a
that
god,
it was
was he?
not-
No, I don't even remember.
Nah, he was a god because he was
I'm
up
looking
there
it
with the gods.
Gods,
I just remember looking at that cast and going, "Is this based off of like a game or something?"
That's Brent. I forgot that was Brenton. Oh my god.
This Lincoln lawyer thing is blowing my mind, though.
Yeah, character is supposed to be Hispanic. They made him white for Matthew McConaughey.
That's some shit.
I remember the backlash, the casting,
wasn't
because oh my god, how are you gonna change? And it's like, what are we doing?
That's why the producer was telling me when they did the show, the first thing he said is, because he's a fan of the books, he said he has to be Hispanic. And they got a phenomenal actor to do the show. They got greenlit for a season 2. Watch Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix if you guys haven't yet.
It's good.
Phenomenal show. It's
What is
really,
it?
really Lincoln Lawyer. The show, not the.
I remember
not
the movie. I
Yeah.
didn't know they made a show.
Yeah,
they made
it
a
came
show
out like
where
May.
he's Hispanic. Yeah, the main character is like the book. He's Hispanic.
Hispanic
Hispanic
lawyers.
roots and everything. Yep. And Nev Campbell.
Nev
is in it.
Campbell?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's about. What's it about?
Same thing the movie was.
Oh,
The exact same thing the movie was. It's just more accurate to the book, like race, everything. So, but it's a lot of fun. Still has a black driver. This one's just a female. That's it.
Word.
So they stuck with
Word.
that. But all right. So I'm sorry. So we were talking, Mike, about National Treasure 3. So Joel, are you excited for National Treasure 3?
sure. I mean, I enjoyed the others, so I mean, as long as they're like the others, I'm good. Like, that's fine. Pretty simple.
National Treasure for me, because I told you I didn't grow up watching Indiana Jones. So
Oh,
National
such-
Treasure for me was like, that was my, that was my that. You know what I'm saying?
Trayvon,
So
you
I'm
were
very
not that
much-
fucking young. Don't you be shaking your head like that.
yeah, that's. You're not that much younger.
I
than
didn't
me,
watch
Joel.
any of Jones.
That's
Sorry.
insane.
No,
I haven't seen any of them.
Didge. The only no, I just said I didn't grow up watching it. Like no one in my house put that on.
I'm not
So I
arguing
didn't.
with that.
Wait, Mike.
That's why I was laughing. You saw that too.
Yeah, that's so fucked up. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't
the
do that.
pettiness. That was hilarious.
He just randomly put on the bottom of the screen, Hogwarts is delayed. And I'm like, where did I go?
I didn't see that.
Anyway, I have nothing against Indiana Jones. I have since seen
Sounds
those
like it,
movies.
Michael.
I have since seen those movies. I just did not grow up being shown the movies. So National Treasure was that version for me. The first Indiana Jones movie I saw before I saw the rest of them was Crystal Skull. And I remember going,
Wow.
"Is there anything like this? I can't wait to see the rest of them." And then I saw the rest of them. I was just like, "Oh, this was the different one. Oh, okay. All right. I get it. I understand. No one speaks highly of Crystal Skull. So I'm like, okay, I get it. Cool. No problem.
You see the
No
difference.
problem. Yeah, I understand. But I left that movie loving it. I'm like, aliens and shit? Yeah.
You know what? I didn't hate the Crystal Skull like a lot of people did.
It wasn't like the others, obviously.
It
but-
wasn't.
Drastically different.
Definitely not.
Drastically.
But-
Look, that's what happens when you let J.J. Abrams be part of anything. You just go, we throwing aliens in this motherfucker. All right? Aliens jumping
Wherever
up
I
in
can
this.
fit them, I'm putting them in.
We got room? They're like, not really. All right. Into the movie, aliens. Let's do it. They were like, all
That's
right.
why they put him in
fuck it,
charge
do
of
it.
Justice League Dark, so he can have aliens. In
I didn't know
there.
J.J. Abrams had anything to do with it.
No way Steven Spielberg just randomly decided to stray that far.
It was supposed to still be. Last I heard it was still him and George Lucas. I mean, George Lucas might have brought somebody else in to help too, but I thought it was still those two.
I fell asleep three times trying to watch Crystal Skull. Anyway, I say this to say I grew up on National Treasure, so that movie has a very special place in my heart. And I was always waiting to see if they would do something else with it, with this original team. And I'm hoping that's still the case. Nicolas Cage is in somewhat of a renaissance right now. So, you know, by all means. Yeah, that movie he just did about himself was pretty good.
That movie was great.
What are they going to steal next? The whole USA? Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm always in down for like treasure hunting movies. So
good ones, especially. Yeah, well, we really loved Uncharted.
Yeah.
We really loved Uncharted.
Uncharted wasn't bad. Uncharted wasn't bad, actually.
And I see where they're going for the future, and I like all of it.
Yeah, I want to see where it goes next.
100%. So, Didge, I think I was asking you. Now, you excited for National Treasure 3? I was about to say Treasure Planet. Oh, do we wish? Do we wish that was a movie?
I guess. I don't know. I never was huge on these. Like they were never bad to me. Mm-hmm. But right. I remember I didn't watch either of them when they first came out, and I saw both of them right after I had saw the Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons. And if we're going treasure hunting movie, those blow this side of the water. So it was always
what do
Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons.
Those weren't treasure hunting movies.
Those were mysteries.
They were kind of treasure hunting mysteries.
Not at all. One of them was literally about just stopping the Illuminati.
Yeah, well, okay, maybe treasure hunting is a bad way to put it, but it was that mystery.
That is a bad way.
You have to hunt. You have to hunt.
I got you.
And you were hunting for things to lead you to your end goal.
I will say there's more similarities between National Treasure and Indiana Jones.
Oh, for sure.
I do get that the Da Vinci Code was an adventure kind of like you did have to find old relics and shit like that. Yeah, for sure.
So that's really what I meant. I guess like I said, treasure hunting was a bad way to put it for sure.
I'm like, when you said treasure hunting, I'm like, bitch, I just watched those and wasn't treasure being sought out at all.
Fair, but like you said, having to find the relics and everything to sort of solve the mystery. So I didn't have the attachment that like everybody else had, and I think because they saw it more so than before. But I'm still gonna watch it and know whenever it comes out. I'm interested enough.
Yeah, no, I get it, and like I said, for me it's specific to me because I didn't have that Indiana Jones that almost the way Joel makes it sound. The whole rest of the world did except for Juwan and Trayvon. But I didn't have it.
I'm glad
Why is that the only thing you remember?
Remember that?
You kinky son of a bitch.
He's like, I remember they was whipping some motherfuckers. That's it. But no, like I said, I had National Treasure, so that it was so special to me. And Nicolas Cage was just at the height of Nicolas Cage. Like, he's fucking hilarious in those first two. I loved them. So to me, it was just special.
That's fair.
Treasure Planet sequel, Juwan, spread that fake rumor. It might come true. If I could, I would. I would love it. And you know what? To piss Joel off, I would cast Tom Holland to be the lead of Treasure Planet. I would. I 100% would.
Actors out there. I love Tom, but come on. Especially Disney, bro. Like, let him do other shit. Like
when you're good at it, Joel, you stay on top. Okay? Mm-hmm. You just stay on top.
Don't get lazy. That's lazy casting. Stop it.
Hey, you didn't say shit about Chris Pratt, fucking Star-Lord, Lego, and now Mario.
Star-Lord is what made him.
Yeah, now he was doing Lego.
Parks and Rec.
And he was doing.
No, Parks and Rec. He made him a household name, but no one knew who the fuck he was until the Guardians movies.
That is also true. You know what's so funny about Joel saying that? Hold on, time out. You want to know what's funny about Joel saying that? I watched Parks and Rec. And still, when he got casted, the fuck is Chris Pratt? Like, I remember everyone was like, from Parks and Rec, and I was just like, no, really? Oh, okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, but I swear to God, first thing I thought was, who the fuck is this? I'm like, oh.
I remember when he got casted, I was like, Andy Dwyer? No. Andy. I said like it was somebody I knew, like
no, not you. All right. So we only got 2 more topics left. One of them is us catching up on what we've been watching lately.
I didn't talk about National Treasure, one of the best damn franchises out here.
I thought I started with you.
No,
I'm sorry.
you
Go ahead.
no.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, after that statement, you could have just.
Y'all, I don't know what y'all are talking about. This movie are fucking great. Okay, I rewatched
best damn
movies.
franchise ever.
So I said one of. So don't put words in my mouth. I really enjoy the hell out of these movies. So, like I said, I haven't seen Indiana Jones. I've seen pieces of it. I know he got a whip. I know he does things, goes places. Anyway, that's all I know. So I just know that I enjoy the hell out of National Treasure. What'd you say?
It's not a competition. It's not a competition, though, Trayvon. I don't think one has anything to do with the other. I was just saying that the treasure hunter was fulfilled for a lot of people by Indiana Jones. So when they saw National Treasure, it was just like a cool movie. To me, that was my treasure hunter. That's the only reason why I brought it up. But to me, I do believe
treasure hunter is Nathan Drake. That game is that fulfills every treasure hunting anything.
Damn. So you just fuck Indy, right? Yeah. Fuck Indiana Jones. Damn, Joel.
I'll take Nathan Drake over him.
Damn. So you going Tom Holland over Harrison Ford?
No, I'm taking Nathan Drake.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said.
You unloyal motherfucker.
I'm talking about the games.
No. Joel's now said it. It's now in print.
I never said those words. You can rewind that.
Yo, wait, Joel. I'm gonna treat you like those smear campaigns, those political campaigns. I'm gonna just W. So I'm gonna go back and Joel's gonna go. Tom Holland is way better than Harrison Ford.
I'm sure we got clips.
All you gotta do is say that part where he said Nathan Drake is the person, and then cut it and skip right to the part where we talked about.
Yes.
All you gotta do, it'll be fine.
I'm sure over the many times you said all of those words, you could just create an audio of it.
I quote Joel.
Better.
I think Tom Holland did a great job as Nathan Drake, but that's not the same as the game. Not yet.
Okay, so Mike, when we go back, we have to take. I think Tom Holland is Nathan Drake, and then splice it with he is better than Harrison Ford.
As Nathan Drake.
Right, that's all we need. No, stop talking. That's all we need. We're gonna clip it. You're good. We're gonna clip it. Don't say anything else, Joel. You're ruining. You're good.
Well, yes, I'm very excited.
Uncharted.
Very excited.
No, I agree with you.
For years.
I'm right with you, Trayvon. And then Nicolas Cage just disappeared, so I thought it'll never fucking happen. Yeah. It'll be on TikTok tomorrow. Thank you, Mike. But I am with you. I do think it's one of the best franchises for sure. Yeah. I agree. One of the best. I don't know how high I put it or how low I put it, but it's in there. It's in the conversation. That's for sure.
It's been rewatched by me multiple times, so it's definitely up there for me.
I don't disagree. Same here. Same here. Because to me, I don't really, because like I said, I don't have PlayStation, so I can't play I don't really have something to scratch that treasure hunter itch. No, because my problem is when I go back to watch those movies and then play the more recent games, I like the more recent games than I do those movies.
Yeah. Well,
so it's hard. It's hard.
Tomb Raider, and the new Tomb Raider is your thing. If that's what you do.
No, I don't. I'll wait to see whatever the new Tomb Raider.
Maybe Dora the Explorer is more your speed.
Oh shit! I forgot Dora. Yeah, fuck that yeah. Dora is a great.
That movie was fine.
No.
The movie was fine. I enjoyed the movie.
Unless they made an animated movie, I didn't hear about.
It was a live action movie.
There's no movies that happened. No, nothing.
It happened. It definitely happened. And I saw it in theaters.
Not in this world. Not in this world. So wait, when you looked around, Trayvon, what was the commonality to where you were just like?
There wasn't no kids in there, really. There was adults in there. This shit was fun.
There's adults in there? Oh man! Wait! This
she wasn't
time out.
Child.
This will answer a lot for me, Trayvon.
Mm-hmm.
Were they mostly men?
I don't remember.
Because if they were, they some nasty motherfuckers. I know
what people do. It is like mad creepy if you would have said yes.
I know exactly why
the whole stream would have kind of had to stop.
All right, let's move on. We got 2 more topics before we get out of here. The first one is, Trayvon, I put this in here for you. All right? This is just for you. I don't really know if me, Dig, and Joel necessarily care, but this is definitely for you.
Mm-hmm.
A Apparently, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot is currently on pause.
I care.
Oh, I
So
saw
my
that. I was
question-
disappointed. I do care.
Oh, look at that, Trayvon! Look at that! You got support. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, so Trayvon, starting off.
Have you seen the original?
I have. Yes, I have. My aunt swore by it. I had to watch that. Charmed, Angel, whatever spinoff came from Angel, whatever spinoff came from Angel's Angel, all of it. I had to watch Devil. I had to watch Hell. All the fucking spinoffs of that shit. I had to watch it. So yes, I've seen it. But my question to you: do you think this is a brief pause? Or do you think there is some things going on behind the scenes? Do you think this is actually gonna, forward progress and actually get made?
I'll be real with you. I remember hearing about this at one point, but I honestly forgot that it was doing. So when they said it was paused, I was like, I didn't even know it was still happening. So I was like, okay. That's supposed to be a black one, right?
Yeah,
it was like a black.
Yeah, they're race bending.
But it's like they don't technically have to. They could just say it's a new Slayer.
They
So
definitely
it's just,
could.
Or they don't even have to do that. They could just do what everything else is doing now and just bring back the OG motherfucker.
What I'm saying, the Slayer died.
It wasn't new Slayer.
It was built in. They had multiple Slayers in the show.
There's a lot of Slayers.
So it's like you die, the next one comes. So it's just like, or you die briefly, and another one comes, like they did on the show a lot. Buffy would die for like 5 minutes, and then another one would be
someone else
awakened. Like, so
it's like, oh, you're Black Buffy. Hi.
I mean,
there was a black one.
I know.
Her name was Kendra.
Yes, it was Kendra. Yes.
Yes. But to be fair, like I said, when it comes to vampires, it's just I got very flamed out with vampires all at once to where now it's just like, I don't know, vampires. Slaying them, draining them, whatever.
It was definitely, to what Trayvon said, I was definitely, when I heard about it, I was like, oh, that sucks. Didn't even remember that it was happening until I it was definitely I'm disappointed.
One time, like a year or a couple or so.
Right.
And I was like, not hear nothing else.
It's been a hot minute.
To be honest, my dad was the one that told me about it because he used to also like it. So he was like, hey, you heard they doing rebooting Buffy? I was like, oh, cool. Hadn't heard anything for years. And then I saw that. And then I was like, oh, okay, that sucks.
Yes, that is a very fair point. If we could bring that comment up. Mike, the only vampire slayer that matters is Batman. Yes, it is. That is very true.
God,
y'all that is very true. That is very true. Yes. We slaying out here,
That's
Queens.
why I'm never watching that movie.
We slaying. I don't give a damn. I'm watching it again out of spite. Put it on right now in the background. Make you listen to that shit. No,
you hate Batman more. Stop.
Trayvon, you already do. There's nothing we could do to help that. You already do. But Joel,
that's not true, right?
It is 100% true, Trayvon.
I got him on my damn shirt, so it's not true.
Yes, but you've been a contradiction before, Trayvon. That doesn't change anything.
He's gonna burn that shirt after this.
100%. And I guarantee you, the full shirt is fuck Batman. He's just not showing the full thing.
Batman is trash.
But Joel, were you looking forward to this reboot, and do you believe that it'll pick up steam again?
I have no idea if I'll ever pick up steam again, but I do. I was looking forward to it, and in the change too, I was looking forward to that. And would they go in a completely different direction? Would we actually get Angel? Because that was one of my favorite parts of the Buffy series, was getting the spinoff of Angel. But
I love Angel as well.
That was good. It was good. I mean, overall, like both series were really good. And like the characters are great, and I really like them. Before the CW had superheroes, I was living off of that shit for a long time, Buffy and Angel shit. But I was, and we'll see. I have no idea if they're going to pick up steam, but I'm a little disappointed that it's on pause. But I don't even know who owns it, so I don't even know where it's going to be.
So let me ask you this really quickly, Joel, before we move on to our last two topics. What would you be more interested in? Seeing the OGs come back or just a full-on reboot?
Nah, reboot. You can't do Buffy. The whole point is like she's in high school and type of shit. And they're way past that shit.
No one told Tobey Maguire.
Vampires age too. Like, come
Nobody
on.
told
Last
Tobey
time we saw them, they got wrinkles now, brother.
Nobody told Toby and Spider-Man that you got to actually be in high school to be playing a high schooler. No one told them that.
No, but you're not going to catch them. They're like 40, 50 years old now. Like, you can't.
Joe Manganiello definitely looked 40 in that movie. But no, I get your point. I would be interested in seeing it because I did like the Charm reboot. I thought that was really cool.
Well, I didn't like original Charm. So.
Ooh, my God.
Yeah, Trayvon almost fucked you up, Joel. Like, he had to hold himself back.
The whole
You didn't see
season?
that?
The whole 8 seasons?
I didn't like Charms.
He was
Oh man, there were 8. Damn, I didn't even remember that.
Oh my God.
Shit. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Disney Plus Day. We now know some of the announcements for Disney Plus Day. Trayvon was really angry with you. Now Buffy is a high school. You know, for the reboot, they'll find a way to put somebody in there. All right. So some of the stuff that we got, we know that we'll be getting September 8th. We'll be getting Marvel Studios Assembled, the making of Thor: Love and Thunder. We'll also be getting Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
We'll be getting Obi-Wan Kenobi: A Jedi's Return.
So like
let me tell you how mad I was seeing that poster. Because I was half asleep when I saw it.
You thought it was a sequel?
It woke me up, and I'm like, this is what we're doing. Then I saw the rest of it, and I was like, I went right back to sleep.
I better hear about Cal Kestis show before I hear about another fucking season of Kenobi. Let's do what makes sense.
That's fair. But let me tell you, my half asleep mind, I was like, we won. We did this.
Trayvon, I know you're excited for Frozen Sing-Along and Frozen 2 Sing-Along. We'll also be getting in that same day episode 4 of She-Hulk. And
yes,
then
Trayvon, the She-Hulk part, yes. I don't know about
Trayvon, I'll pass it to you. Your thoughts, Trayvon, on us getting Dancing with the Stars, the pros' most memorable dances. Like, are you looking forward to that? The Disney Plus Day? What about that?
You're real funny.
No?
So the only thing I'm excited on here is...
That's not the true question. Hold on. Don't even answer that. The true question is, do we believe that this is only the surface, or do we believe that a lot of the Marvel and Star Wars shit will be more D23 and less Disney Plus Day?
Yeah, I think this is literally just the stuff that's just going to show up on Disney Plus.
This is stuff you expect. This is like the
I did think it was Thunder. I didn't think that was really quickly. But I forgot that came out at the beginning of July, and I'm like, that makes sense.
It's actually late, apparently. It's actually a little bit. Yeah, it's supposed to be 45 days, right?
That'll make it about 6. That's actually 60 days. Exactly.
Yeah, it's actually late. So
okay.
Yeah, that's why people are questioning what's going to happen with Black Panther and stuff now, because people are expecting 45 days, but maybe not anymore. So we'll see.
We'll see. I think it might depend on the project, because I think they might want Black Panther to live as long as it can in theaters before they even remotely think about removing it from theaters.
That's what I thought with every other movie. Every other movie has been pretty clear on that. Even, well, of course they couldn't do Spider-Man, but Doctor Strange.
No, Spider-Man did. It's on Stars.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like Disney control.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, they've been pretty consistent with Disney.
All right, so we're pretty much all under the impression that this is just an announcement of what will come out.
Yeah, I think that's just what's showing up on Disney Plus.
Thor's ass cheeks on my TV September 8th. All right, there we go. That's it. And Hercules. Boom. Got it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it.
All right, that was
first things I'm going to.
Thing to jump out to.
Thursday?
First things I'm going to.
That was a weird ass thing to just jump off the ledge to.
Well, Disney Plus Day.
When I saw it, the first thing I thought of.
What did you say, Joel? I want to get out of the ass talk. What did you say, Joel?
Disney Plus Day is that day, right?
Right. Yeah.
So they're gonna have the presentation.
Yeah. So we believe that majority of the Star Wars and Marvel shit will just be D23.
Well, the movie stuff and stuff. Yeah, a lot of
I think they might even do a lot of the Disney Plus shit. Because the likelihood of them diving into a lot of, because to me it kind of just makes sense. Just do Marvel all at once. Just don't separate.
I doubt they don't give us something.
I think they might just give us the Guardian special in Werewolf by Night, and then I think anything else
Halloween
Disney Plus
special
will be D23.
They probably give us more than that, but hopefully at least that.
It's like the next day, right?
Better
Next day is D23.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
can see it just being
It's
literally
2 days
just the
later.
next day, or a few days later, whatever.
Saturday.
Um,
It's Thursday, so Saturday is the D23.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. All right. I want us to get into this. We've all seen House of Dragons, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
House of the Dragon.
Trayvon, your tweets sometimes get real disrespectful. You're why I stay off of Twitter. I think I'm gonna go watch this dragon show. Like, you don't want to put any fucking respect on House of Dragons.
I did it just so you would mention it. It worked.
You were just a lord of chaos.
It worked.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, all my
I was
Twitter
waiting for
is,
y'all to attack me. I was waiting. Nobody
all
did.
my Twitter is,
I was not knowing that.
I saw
my-
it while I was watching it, and I did not. I was like, oh, he's
all
watching
my
it. Don't
Twitter
care.
is literally every day. All my Twitter is Trayvon's chaos and AJ just screaming at nobody. Like, that is all my Twitter is every day. My timeline is just AJ in all caps screaming at nobody, and then Trayvon just spewing chaos. That's it. That's why I'm just like, you know what? Social media is not meant for me. It's okay. Take a break. Stay off of it. But anyway, I thought this was a really cool first episode. Part of me was kind of feeling like drop 2 of them song bitches. But, you know, all right, whatever. You know, we didn't get it for
No,
She-Hulk.
this Game of Thrones. They ain't
No
doing that.
expectations we get it for that. Master Instigator. I think that's not even that doesn't sum up Trayvon well enough. There you go. That sums up Trayvon. Chaos magic. He is just pure Agatha. Agathon. That's what he is. He's Agathon. So we got Agathon and Agatha. Just causing chaos all through the fucking cosmos.
He's Clarion the Witch Boy.
Yes, that's exactly what Trayvon. Oh God, can you picture if DC gave us that? Trayvon would just that'd be Trayvon. He's just, yep, that's a spirit animal. Where the chaos at?
He is awesome.
I know you love it, magic and chaos magic. I know you love them. But Joel, I'll start off with you because you got me in the Game of Thrones. Period. How was this first episode?
It's really good. It was nice having it back. It was very nostalgic, even though it's only been a couple of years. So, but it felt good, you know. It was like nice. I missed you so much. Like,
why'd Joel say that like he was smoking a cigarette?
that's what it felt like.
Like,
That nice pull, you
It
take
did
that one
feel
pull,
weirdly
right?
nostalgic.
Yeah, nostalgia is a drug, son. Like
that is
so
fair.
I was taking that pull. I was like, I love
Every
you,
time they spoke Valkyrian, I think it was. I was like, ooh.
Valerian.
Valerian, yeah.
But, that show's fucking. I mean, I took it all in, and I'm looking up the new characters, new families, new houses, new names, a whole bunch of people I don't even know fuck recognize. But I'm excited because now I get to learn, like, you know, new people. And look, it's like 176 years before Daenerys is even born. I'm like, that's a long time.
Oh, and they made sure you saw that shit at the beginning. They were like,
Yeah, like
They stayed
They
there.
were like,
They stayed there for a few
don't ask for her.
yeah, she's
Well,
probably-
that's also because they wanted to let you know that this is not from that fucker for that last season.
Yeah.
This is what.
Don't
This
connect.
is
I'm
not.
not confused with the two. Yeah,
I will say I love hearing you say that, Joel, because House of Dragons had the only formula I was looking for: nakedness and dragons. Soon as it started, it's like start. I was for this. I was for this. I was for this. Nah, it met my quota. It's just all I needed, really. Like my cousin asked me, like, "Hey, what'd you think about it?" And I was like, "Oh no, it was great." She's like, "Oh, tell me something about it." I was just like, "Oh,
Oh, you got all that episode 1.
Dragons.
Sex Dragons for Trail and Death. That was in like
Yeah,
the
right.
first 30
Sex
minutes.
Dragons and Death, bro.
That was very quick. You got all that.
That was it.
You got it right in the beginning.
It came in like it's
It
just
can
like
work.
You got all of that.
No, we halfway there. Yeah.
That was
it
just
did
a
check
bit.
all the boxes. Whatever your bingo card had, everyone had bingo yesterday. Everybody struck. We were all good. We had bingo.
Bang bang.
Trayvon, I know. No, Trayvon, you even got it. You got male ass. You got some male ass in there.
You got some pale ass culo.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, you got
You
it.
did.
You got it. Homeboy. When he finishes his love making names.
finished. Or when
He
he
definitely.
didn't finish.
Oh, he didn't finish. Sorry, well, he didn't finish. They showed some male ass. They
Yeah,
almost
like,
showed
oh,
male front.
yeah,
Yeah,
And then you had multiple of them during the when they were in the brothel.
That's
there
right.
you go. Yeah.
There was a whole orgy of that bitch.
Right.
And we keep trying to tell you, Trayvon. No. Time out. Because we're not going back down this path. But we're going to tell you for the last time, Trayvon. If you feel as though your day does not meet a quota of male ass, just finally watch Spartacus. You'll be fine.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you definitely.
We
could.
keep warning you. Just watch it, bro.
Not fuck around. There's ass everywhere.
Gracious, it's everywhere, bro. You'll be fine. Just watch that. But anyway,
oh man,
Didge, what were your thoughts on this first episode?
I loved it. Like, House Targaryen is my favorite house. So if we're going in there,
really,
I was ending Game of Thrones like Daenerys did no wrong. I would have burnt the city. I would have burnt the city down too. I was full on.
Did no wrong.
Crazy, bro.
That's for damn sure.
I was full on with her.
They were the only motherfuckers upset. The bitch is crazy.
I was full on with her. And it was crazy because, like Joel said, it really was nostalgic. Because I swear there were people who I hadn't talked to on Twitter since Game of Thrones who were all back in the new hashtag, talking again, sharing memes again. And like, that's always been some of my favorite parts of Game of Thrones is not only Twitter, but Black Twitter. And they just throw in their hashtag, I think they're doing them dragons now. It's so funny. Everything. And it's like, it felt like, all right, we back at this. All right, weekly, you got to watch it at 9 so you can catch all the memes. And it was just fun. I feel like there hasn't been a water cooler show like this since Game of Thrones. Because streaming takes that away from you for everything else.
It does, especially when it's like all dropped the same week. It's like gone. It's because you just shuttle it the same day.
Yeah.
It doesn't progress. Game of Thrones is the best, man.
Like I said,
it was that feeling. Yeah, it was that feeling of it being back, of it, the feeling that you got when that theme song would hit every Sunday,
especially how they did it at the end. Like, somebody tweeted it out immediately as it's going, like, with lyrics this time. Like, what?
Yes, sir. There's like, yo, this DJ about to drop this track. Y'all about to hear this shit.
There was a TikTok that had like the building next to them, and you could see all the TVs.
Yes, all the TVs watching it at the same time. Yeah, man.
And then like even to hear Dracarys again, like. You didn't think just to hear that again? I was like, "Yo, we back."
There you go, Trayvon.
Yeah, Trayvon. Spartacus. I still really want to rewatch it. It was that good.
There you
go. Yeah, Spartacus was really good too.
Yeah, there was a lot more nakedness than fighting, but there was a lot of fighting. There was fighting, but
there's a lot of everything in that.
I mean, it was just really good to be back, and 9.9 million viewers across HBO and HBO Max, which made it their biggest premiere ever.
Fucking lost a step. All that bitching about the final season, never lost a step. That's what I'm talking about.
To be fair, Joel, it didn't lose that step because it wasn't a continuation of it.
Right. And it's gonna get a continuation.
No, but it'll be a break from it, right?
Because it was definitely a lot of people, even when they were bitching about the last season, everybody's thought was, at least for most people, it was after they left the books, man. They shouldn't have ever left the books. Right, and so then they made sure to tell people leading into this, like, hey, there's books that they're following. There are books that they're following. And so I think that hyped it in. Everybody loved the dragons. Like, let's be honest.
The dragons is the shit. Dragons is the main reason.
The costume design on this was amazing.
Beautiful, too.
Yeah, it's always good. And we have black people finally.
I said, yo, they got a brother at the table? Hell yeah.
He's not
Let's
lasting.
Go. Probably not, but he's there.
He's following the books. He is lasting.
Okay. His name is Corlys Velaryon. And
that sound like a brother name right there.
Right.
That sound black. I like that.
When they said Corlys, I was like, I think I know like 3 other Corlyses.
That
sounds like somebody I know.
That not only sounds like a black name, that shit sounds like a Harry Potter spell. I like the way that shit sounds. We at the table. That's all I needed. Now all I need for this show to do is the ultimate swerve. So where we're like, oh man, it's the daughter versus the brother. And then the brother comes in. And it's like, motherfuckers, I might gotta say in this shit. That's what I need. That's what will really take this show where it needs to be. Bring the brother in. Let him be the king of dragons.
Not Game of Thrones till we get some incest, so expect some of that.
I mean,
there you go.
It's coming.
It's already. I mean, the current king is married to his cousin.
That's true.
There you go.
So,
There you go. At that point, they didn't even really know what family was anymore. They're just like, brother,
Cut that bitch.
brother, like, which one
I
are
need my
you?
male heir. That sucks.
man,
That did suck because he definitely laid down to her, held her hand, and was just like,
Yeah, it was worth it. And then just died right after.
like, yo, Joel, he sat down and looked her right in the eye and just went,
Knew it was a boy.
so, you ain't gonna
No,
make it.
no.
the fact that
You ain't gonna
she
make it.
looked up at him, and you know she had to know that the baby is still in her. And he's telling her they're gonna get the baby. You know she's kind of out of it. She has to be
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck are you talking about? The baby is still in me. How are they gonna go get the baby?"
Yeah, and he
Well-
was just like, ew.
They have some new science in the West called C-sections.
He's like, yo, dude, she was looking at her like, how are you about this thing called life? Are you attached to it?
Said, you
need
good
it?"
with living?
Like,
You live a long
Yeah.
life, right?
you fulfilled things, right? You
did
think
say
about it,
you were
right, daughter,
done
right?
having babies. You said that.
Right? Yeah. So, like, did you mean you were done living having babies? Because we can figure out how to deliver this. You just maybe don't live. Have you seen this new movie called Alien? You have to be alive. It's awesome. Don't even worry about it. No, but he definitely pulled a Rush Hour. She ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. It's definitely like you ain't making it past this. But it was very Game of Thrones. Very Game of Thrones. Because he was definitely just like, I need a son. Fuck all that shit. He said, you want this baby out, right? He definitely said, all right, well, we got away. Trayvon, as I pass it to you, there was nothing funnier in this episode than when they're sitting at the table and they're like, yo, sir, I know you just lost, like, your wife and your kid, but, like, you gotta figure this air shit out. And he was just like, dog, I don't even fucking know. Don't bother me. My daughter. Like, whoa, what? Like, hold on now. Wait a minute. Hold on. Don't you be saying shit. Wait a minute. Your daughter? Hey, whatever. Fuck it. It's hers. Give it to her. I don't care. I don't give a shit. He's like, I want to die anyway. Fuck it.
He's definitely gonna die now.
So, Trayvon, what were your thoughts? I know there was no sorcery, no magic yet, but I believe it might be coming. Was a dragon sufficient enough for you?
I mean, show's cool. I'm glad y'all enjoy it. I'm glad y'all enjoy it. It's
I like that. Isolating himself from everything.
I just don't. I don't agree with check all boxes, but it's fun.
It's okay,
definitely Game of
Trayvon.
Thrones.
We will do an
Definitely
all
Game of
male
Thrones.
episode where it's just nothing but a brothel, an all male.
I didn't even say that. See,
No, bro.
this is what you guys
just
think
an all
of me.
male brothel.
It's just what you guys think of me. I
It's
did
called-
get the Dracarys at least one time in
It's
here.
called Diva.
That was cool. Yeah. Yeah,
That was
I don't
it?
know. Yeah,
That
that's
was
it.
it?
It was like, I'm trying to understand me.
If it ain't witching, he bitching.
I'm trying not to get
Trayvon.
attacked by you
That's Trayvon.
fans.
By you fans. That felt
Yeah.
very, very racist. I don't know how, but it felt racist.
What do you mean, you people?
It felt
Definitely.
targeted. It felt targeted. So I don't appreciate that. Watch your tone,
Yay, Game of Thrones is bad. Yay, dragons.
bro.
It's not a dragon sword. You don't care.
Bro, they didn't even give the king no time before asking him about an heir. At least give the man a week. They gave this man 10 minutes to say, "Hey, he's good now, right?" It's like, how long?
You need to know what happens if your ass dies. You keep getting cooked on a damn chair.
The way that they even told him, he was sitting there watching the thing. I saw a meme. They had the when the guy was whispering to George Bush, and it was like, "Hey, bro, your wife dying right now."
Yo, Didge, they stormed in that room like, yeah. This air though. Who you going with? It's like, damn. I just put them to rest. It's like, no, that's cool.
He really put a bullseye on his daughter. It's funny to me. I'm like,
Trayvon, you don't think it was worse that if that boy had lived, the bullseye would have been on an infant?
And I mean, we saw fathers don't care about their daughters. You saw the hand to the king. He told his daughter, "Hey, his wife died. Go ahead, go holler at him."
Yeah.
Same night.
Yeah.
Like, what we doing?
Go do it. Yeah. Go do
They
that.
told her to wear the dress that your mama wore.
They didn't even let his tears dry. Yeah, they said, "You crying? You crying? You soft out here, dog."
Let that relationship bloom. Those two princesses, they ruining that. Let them do that.
Well,
That's
let's
cute.
see.
That's
Let's
cute.
see how it
There's
formulates
gonna
first.
be another time jump. You can tell.
Oh, there's because she's listed the girl who's playing Rhaenyra is listed as young Rhaenyra, so there's easily a time jump coming.
There you go. I thought so because I'm like,
already?
Yeah.
Because she's the one also who is narrating.
Did you not just say you didn't really give a fuck? Why
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I was just not.
Like, whatever. Wait, y'all going to time jump? Y'all going to get rid of her?
I mean, at least let that. Whatever.
I mean, I don't know when the time jump is gonna be.
How long
but
you want it to breathe, Trayvon?
Let it simmer.
Are you attached or are you not attached? You attached?
Rhaenyra is supposed to be old God.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave this alone.
You give me heart palpitations.
Watch it.
All right. Has anybody seen? Did you give him manga spoilers? Has anybody seen the new Tekken movie?
That's not even in the manga.
Tekken
That's
series?
just in the
Tekken
casting. It said she was casted as young. That's not even a manga spoiler. That was just reading the casting notes.
Has anybody seen the Tekken series yet?
I saw the first.
Oh, I don't want to talk about the
Wait,
Tekken
what?
series.
5.
There's a Tekken series.
Yeah, it
on
was
Netflix.
awful.
Anime?
Bloodlines.
It was awful. Anime.
That's
I loved it.
That's a bit
I
extra.
loved it.
Where is that at? Where is that?
That's all
Netflix. It's
Netflix.
on Netflix.
I mean, I haven't
hated it.
finished it yet. I haven't finished
Huh.
it.
Is Eddie on there? Wasn't it Eddie?
No, Eddie.
No, because it was telling the story of Tekken 3,
Yeah, and that's what Eddie is.
and
but
it messed the story up.
it does. It leaves a lot of people out.
Wait, so hold on. Is your opinion that it was bad because it didn't follow what it should have, or you just thought the show was bad, period, if they followed it or not?
It was for a Tekken show. It was bad because it messed up the story. I didn't really like the action of it. Like the animation felt weird because it felt like somebody was inputting the buttons in a game.
That's why I liked it.
That's
I
why I
very much
hated
liked
it.
it like that. I loved it. I was just
That's
like,
what
yeah.
I hated about it.
I wanted them to show somebody fighting as if someone was button mashing. That's what I wanted to see.
It felt like certain they would do their moves and it felt like they were waiting for the next button to be pressed so they could continue their combo.
I did like that. It looked like they were fighting like the game. So
right. Now, Joel, you didn't get far. But what I did not like about it was it felt very rushed. Like they had to finish it completely.
Yeah, no, you could tell from the beginning. You could tell from the beginning that was going to get rushed.
The fact that and I don't want to give spoilers, so I guess I shouldn't finish my sentence.
There you go.
But the fact that certain things happened the way they did is like this is not that storyline, and this is
so. Wait,
it's just
I'm gonna put you on the spot, Didge. What was worse, this or the live action Mortal Kombat you just got?
That's very much on the spot.
Mm-hmm. You goddamn right. You came out and said that you did not like this at all. So I want to know, where's your gauge? Like, what's the range here?
Also, really, the Mortal Kombat live action also wasn't objectively great, but the action was better than this.
Oh,
I won't argue that.
In parts, it was, yes. Overall, no.
It's
in parts, yes.
Right, I don't mind it. And I know what it reinvigorated my love.
The fight, the fighting in the live action one was better than this, and that's saying something because it was live action versus animation.
Well, again, if you're talking about any scene with both Scorpion and Sub-Zero, yes. Anything else, that shit's a wash for me. Like I don't grade it that much better than what I just saw. But if you're talking Scorpion and Sub-Zero, 100%.
That's fair. That's fair.
100%.
Just because
no, it never felt like that. No,
surprised we didn't get it. It felt like it could have happened.
Never felt like that.
Felt like it could have happened.
You know what I did watch, dude? I saw Dragon Ball Superhero in 4DX.
I did too.
I saw it.
You did?
I saw it in the 4DX theater. Yeah, that shit was a fucking roller coaster.
It is.
Holy!
I was just telling Didge, Joel, I got very upset because I reached out to that team and I got screeners, right? And then I said, no, I know Jamie wanted to watch it. Let me hook Jamie up. Jamie watches it and then they delete them. So I still haven't seen that movie.
It was a one-watch one?
It wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be 3. It's supposed to be 3. Oh, man. I was so heartbroken. I was just like, oh, well.
You know what I did?
Good.
Jamie watched it 3 times. That's why.
She was like, she was dope. That was my
See
first
you
time
tomorrow.
watching anime in a movie in the theater. That was my first time. Wow, that was cool though. It was really cool.
I think they don't usually do that. They do it for like event nights. Like they did it a lot for Naruto. But it'd be like a one night kind of.
They did Dragon Ball Super Broly.
They did. Remember, we could watch that in the theater.
No, but I'm saying those are more so like legit theatrical releases. I'm saying they've done it throughout anime history, but they usually do it as like an event, like one or 2 days.
More recently, they had, because like the Jujutsu Kaisen movie was released in there. So was the Demon Slayer movie.
Right.
Nah. Hold on, time out. I haven't even seen the movie, and y'all can't say Gohan is king till the series comes out and he gets to put his balls on the table. I don't want to hear what he did in the movie, and then he goes back to being regular Gohan in the series. I need to see that shit implemented.
Well, I didn't know that Broly connects to this movie. Like,
don't spoil anything. I haven't.
Yes,
seen
please
it
not. I'll see it tomorrow.
You know that if you have not watched Broly, watch.
I've seen Broly. Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, okay.
If you have not, because like I did not watch Broly until like last night after the movie.
Finally, because they found so many ways to connect Broly and then go, no,
well, the
and
old
then reconnect them, and it's like, well,
there was 3 times we got Broly in the old movies, and
never in the actual show. Never in the actual show.
The last 2 movies apparently will connect to the series at some point, so we'll see. But yeah, it's some crazy fucking shit. When it's not just Gohan, it's Gohan and Piccolo. So like,
that's what Jamie was telling me. Jamie was like, it's Gohan and Piccolo. But yeah, until Gohan can put his nuts on the table in the series.
Yeah. When it happened, I'm like, holy shit, what do you call that? Like,
I'm not impressed because I remember watching that Cell saga going, fuck Goku and Vegeta. My life is Gohan. He now has my life in his hands. And then the very next time I see him, Great Saiyaman.
You know why that happened, right?
Oh no, fuck out of here,
popular, bro.
They you know why that happened, right? They said that there was so much backlash in Japan when they said that they were gonna have Goku stay dead that he had to bring him back.
That I think is the problem because we've seen Batman and his Robins live in sync, where one doesn't completely block out the others. Right. You could have had Goku and Gohan. You just have Gohan excel.
That's also not anime than Goku. And anime, that is one drawback of anime. A lot of the times, it is their main character and maybe like 2 or 3 side characters. That's it.
They're just like, hey, I don't know who the rest of y'all motherfuckers in the back.
I mean, at least some of them have progressed, like Naruto.
Yeah, some of them have progressed, but it's a lot of, and that's like I said, that's a major drawback of anime is that sometimes they have that.
You know what I just thought about? I just thought about whoever voiced Krillin throughout the entirety of Dragon Ball Z must have been the most depressed motherfucker ever. Like, picture everybody's reading their lines. They're like, yo, I'm out here doing some sick ass shit. It's like, okay,
better than the voice actor for Yamcha.
I get you. Nah, at least that one. I think since the beginning you knew you were never going to be anything.
you never had the hope.
You never had a chance. Like, the only chance you had is if they just came out of left field and just like, hey, by the way, Gohan is Yamcha's son. Unless they were doing that, you really had no. You had nothing.
Obviously, was not the case.
Right. You had nothing here. But if you're Krillin, they keep implementing you in very big moments. Remember, Krillin dying is what made Goku a Super Saiyan. Then Krillin the second time falling in love with the android is what helped him get in. Like, there were so many Krillin small things that turned out to be big things. So I'm like, but every time it's like, yo, so I just so you know, you're gonna die this season. Piccolo is no. The best dad in that specific anime is Vegeta.
Yeah.
Vegeta.
No.
Yeah, Vegeta.
The best dad. Like, they're both like in this movie. They're like not even on the plane.
Vegeta. That's a really cool dad. I'm out saving shit.
Not saving shit.
I'm saving to save shit, Joel. They don't practice just to practice.
Yeah.
No, it's Vegeta. It's Vegeta. There will never be a better parenting moment than when Vegeta was Majin Vegeta and punched the shit out of him. Yeah. But he did it. He did it to keep him out of trouble. That's a good father moment. That's a good teaching moment. I love you, Vegeta. What were you going to say, Trayvon?
So I recently watched.
No, go ahead.
So I recently watched the original Broly movie from way back.
Oh, the
classic Broly.
They basically redid the story in this new Broly.
Essentially,
They made Vegeta look so much better in this one. So glad for him.
Well,
he was a bitch in the first one. Sorry,
But
he was. Oh my god, it was so bad. I was so mad. I said, "What happened to him?" Because I've never seen him like this.
Wait,
like,
Vegeta?
yeah, he was
Vegeta?
in the first Broly movie.
He was a bitch.
No, I mean,
First of all,
he was just standing there watching everybody.
We are not going to call him a. We are not going to call him a bitch.
He was.
We are not going to call him a bitch. We've all met somebody. We've all met somebody that is drastically bigger than us. That we think to ourselves,
he wasn't even bigger than him at the time.
Like, everybody's bigger than Vegeta.
If they say some slick shit, if they say some slick shit, I might let them have it. Like that. Look at the size of this motherfucker.
Not Vegeta, that big ass mouth he got. Are you serious? And then
but he got the big ass mouth because he's so small. You gotta talk shit.
Napoleon complex.
Yes, you gotta talk shit when you're that small. Are you serious?
Look, he redeemed himself in this Broly movie, but that first one, I can't.
Well, to be fair, that one's not canon. The first one.
I see. It's not.
Second one either, or the third one, it became Bio Broly.
Yeah, no, none of those. I think.
Why did you put it up like a news article?
He was.
like you sourced it.
Vegeta was a bitch.
It was terrible.
Sourced by Trayvon.
It's different. It's very different. This movie definitely changes. Like the whole origin and everything.
They gave like a backstory. Like I like how they did it.
It was more detailed. I literally just saw it yesterday because I did not know it was gonna actually not a lot, but it does. There are repercussions like, from that movie to this one.
When I watched it, I definitely went, all right, this is definitely like a dick measuring contest because Goku definitely went, all right, I'm gonna go here, and then Broly went, all right, bitch, that ain't nothing but a word. I'm gonna go here, and then Goku went, all right, I'm gonna go here. And then at a certain point, Goku went, all right, how about we just agree to disagree? And Broly was like, all right, you a bitch though, but cool. All right, bet. Bet. All right, cool. Vegeta shut all this Saiyan pride up when Broly came around. It was funny. Broly came around like Debo. He was snatching chains and shit. Vegeta got scared. He said, all right, well, wait a minute. That's big as shit. But I will be watching.
Sit over there and get his ass killed. You ain't doing nothing. Time
out. But hold on. Time out. Y'all act like this Vegeta first time. Vegeta was watching Cell beat the dog shit out of Trunks, and he was just going, damn.
But Vegeta, it goes back to why I said Vegeta couldn't be the star of this because they give Vegeta all the worst moments, like the Frieza moment.
That's still a star. That's still a star. That's 100% a star.
They don't ever have Goku bitch up like they have Vegeta bitch up.
You talk to me, Didge. You talk to me when Goku stopped using his slave name. All right. When he stopped using his slave
don't take Deuces as talking points.
Yes, Deuces. Yes, Deuces. You holler at me when he stopped using his slave name.
Goku can go.
How's that his slave name?
His slave name is Goku. His real name is Kakarot.
That's not a slave. He was not a slave.
It is a slave name.
He was not a slave, though.
He was.
No, he was not. He was raised by an old man. That's who raised him and named him.
That forced him to kick ass for a living. That's a slave. That's a slave.
Like the Saiyans weren't going to force him to fight for a living. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
he didn't come with a name tag.
A warrior race.
That was the whole point. He got sent to Earth. Was to take over Earth.
Man, when Vegeta landed and said Kakarot, he said,
he was supposed to go and enslave Earth. Exactly.
He said, my name is Toby. My name ain't no Kakarot.
He did say that, but you know.
Vegeta said, who the fuck is Goku?
Vegeta a good day. Hell no.
Vegeta said, who the hell is Goku? He said, me. He said, bitch, you is Kakarot.
He had to convince him to save them. He was like, don't guilt me. I was like, what you mean guilt? You should probably worry about your family. You ain't worry about your family. You see what this man doing? What you mean? You got convinced.
Vegeta can do whatever the fuck he wants to. Sorry. Trayvon, I'm sorry. You just watched the whole movie of Scarlet Witch killing motherfuckers and defended her. Vegeta is the fucking GOAT, okay?
Vegeta's great. He's a great character.
Vegeta can do that.
Especially
she was clear on her motivations. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, especially if you read the manga
for her family.
Vegeta has some. He has some moments.
His adopted name. That's his slave name. His name is Kunta Kinte, and he said it is Toby. I will go by Toby.
These men are white.
These men are not white. That's where the movie.
They look white.
That's where the movie.
Not black. Not black.
These views do. These views are for the entire. Is Clark Kent Superman's slave name? You goddamn right it is.
No, it is not.
You goddamn right. When Supergirl first met this motherfucker, she didn't say Clark. She said Kal-El. That's his real name. His slave name is Clark Kent.
It's not a slave name, though.
It is a slave name.
Again, the baby has no name, so they have to call him something.
To be fair, he did have a name. It was Kal-El. He did have that.
He had a name, but he doesn't know his name.
But they didn't know what the name was.
Right, they don't know his name. It didn't come with a name tag.
When he learned it,
you know what? They probably should have did that.
That was a mess up on his parents' part. You know, they definitely should have.
Same thing with Goku, though. They didn't come. It didn't say Kakarot on fucking pants or whatever.
You don't know that. It might have been on the tail. It might have been on the tail somewhere.
Yeah, right.
It was shaved in.
Yeah.
Might have had a tattoo on his back that said Kakarot. You never know.
Yeah, in a different language that they can't read. What the fuck is this?
Well, learn it. The fuck? Learn it. The fuck is y'all doing? Learn something. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, man. Fuck Goku. Anyway. Right, yeah.
That's why he beat Vegeta ass all the time.
That's why he what?
He beats Vegeta ass all the time.
That's why he beats Vegeta's ass all the time. You know what? You know what, Trayvon? You absolutely right. But you show me one time where he ain't need that motherfucker. Go ahead, show me one goddamn time.
Vice versa, then, no?
Exactly.
No. Well, no, because if Vegeta's not the star, he should need Goku if he's not the star. The star should need Vegeta.
But the whole point is they always need help. Everyone needs help. And anime, you have friends.
Fuck all that. Yeah, fuck all that.
Anime is very much a power.
At the end of the day, it's Goku that beats everyone, but he needs help getting there. Everyone does.
All right. So put more respect on Vegeta's name. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, but that's what every anime does.
I'm just talking about one movie where I seen Vegeta bitch up. That's all.
All right. Well, don't hold it against one. Don't hold it against one. God damn it. We all watch Age of Ultron. You want me to hold that against somebody? Huh?
Go ahead. Have fun.
All right, then. All right. Anyway, I will watch.
Still badass in that. So go for it.
Vegeta's still a badass.
Not even no one's disputing that.
I am.
Goku did say that. You are right. That is a very good way to end this show. Goku did say that. I want to thank you guys for joining us for an all-new episode of Much to Do About Nothing. I want to thank Didge, Trayvon, and Joel, and obviously our Oracle in the back, Mike. And I do want to say Mike was sending me what to say. So all that Goku slave name stuff, Mike was telling me to say that. So his on Twitter is no, I'm joking. To be fair, guys, to be fair, this is also what happens when I type something. So when I type something, it also comes at Geek Vibes Nation. So Mike didn't really prove a point there.
Oh, that is true. If you do go see the Dragon Ball movie, go see the end credit scene.
I'm telling Jayla.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna retire.
I stayed to the end.
There was a post-credit scene.
Yeah. It's fun. Funny.
Was it worth it? Or was it like?
You actually might say it is.
For certain people, maybe. It's a silly little.
I like that. I like how that sounds. Okay. I like how that sounds, Didge. All right. It better be something Vegeta or I'm losing my shit out here. It better be Vegeta.
I mean, if you want to take it. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, really.
Better be Vegeta.
That's what I said. You may.
Yeah, maybe.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys stay tuned tomorrow for GVN Sports. Make sure you guys also stay tuned Thursday for not only MCR and She-Hulk, but also the Last Scare podcast is back. Jayla is back. We're all in trouble, but Jayla is back. Jayla is indeed back. Okay, so make sure you guys stay tuned for these shows that we have coming up this week. I cannot wait for the new episode of She-Hulk. I've been jonesing.
Me too.
I've been watching that same episode like repeatedly. God damn, I need more She-Hulk. Drop that shit all at once, Marvel. Motherfuckers. Anyway, stay tuned for that, guys. And please make sure you guys stay tuned for our news on how we'll be structuring, breaking down the live stream for D23. We'll have more information within the next few weeks. But stay tuned, guys, because we cannot wait to do that live stream and freak the fuck out if we get some castings up in that shit. Woo! Man.
I can't wait.
Damn. And picture how happy Trayvon gonna be when Scarlet Witch's solo project gets announced and she trots on that stage looking like a zombie and shit. It's gonna be great. He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it. But all right, guys, thank you. Until next time, Yes, thank you for watching, everyone. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss anything. Till next time, peace.
Peace.